it's me, Raven. Hellos. Welcome in, everybody. Hi. No, okay, you cannot just steal first. It's a nice try. Oh, hi, everybody. Well, first, I want to say sorry I couldn't do the first stream today. The origami stream got cancelled. I have not been feeling my greatest, so I looked after myself instead, and I will not go further into that. But I am here, and I should be fine tomorrow. Origami? Interesting. Yes, it's usually one of my go-tos. I do the story readings for fairy tales, folk tales, in Storytime, or SCPs. I've read poetry books. I've read short story books that are really fun. Specifically, well, it's only been WP Kinsella's so far. And then origami, hand cams. I've attempted gaming where I don't do terribly great because I don't have a good setup for gaming. And recently pulled out Rubik's Cube for some nonsense fun. But yeah. And where was Brain? Oh yeah, I definitely have bread instead of brain today again. Yay. What type of games do you like to play? Sounds like a blast for the other stream. Thank you. What games do I like to play versus what games have I been able to even attempt on stream? I've played Oxenfree because there was a version of it that I could play through Netflix, and that worked actually. There's a little bit of lag, but not anywhere near as bad as other ones have been. And like the way that game plays, it's not so bad. You just like the lag doesn't terribly interrupt the game. It works. And then there's Pop Tropica that the lag was really bad for. I was just trying to think of games that I can do quickly online, because if I have to run Steam, I know that my poor computer, who can't handle much, will overwhelm itself and break down. So we can't really use Steam for games as is right now. But then we did Minesweeper, and that was good. And Wormate.io, that's another one where the lag made it a little less good, but I tried. Time for a Neopets stream. Ooh, I have not done Neopets. I've never played Neopets. Don't come after me, but I haven't. But yeah, and so I've tried different things, but we are saving up. If you want to see me try and play games properly, I'm still not a great gamer. I don't do the goods. Mostly we play the games for Raven to have her over emotional reactions, all the silly voices and the random noises. That's what those are for. If you want me to watch those or to play those, we've got the gaming laptop that we're saving up for. But Yar! How sweet! Thank you for getting that sub, Yar. Okay, so we have a tradition. Whenever someone gifts something, a subscription, and bits, the throne thing, there you go. We do money frog. It's in the 7TV emote. So if you have those, you can use it. Or if you're subscribed, you can use it. But if you don't have either of those, drop some other money-related emotes. Now that you have it, Goldie, you can use it. Go ahead and drop some money frogs. Say thank you. Raining money frog. Oh, I love those. I'm now legally obliged to do it. Yeah, a little bit. just kinda. If you're lurking, I understand why you're not gonna drop emotes. But we have our two traditions where if something happens, you should be dropping your emotes. There you go. Yar, you don't have to pew pew. Stop it. Hey Aiden, I'm stopping by to say I'm off to bed. not know how to say good night in German, but I can say good morning, guten Morgen. Well, I know Nacht is like night, so good Nacht. Yeah, there you go. Ta-da! We found it. No? What? What do you mean no? What is no? Did we mess up? What, Yar? 9? What did I do? I don't know German. I've heard very little German. What did I do? Okay. Oh. I said what? I said what? Okay, Raven will never say anything in German again. Marvelous. Honestly, especially around German, I was worried I said something so bad or I sounded like something very bad. So I'm glad all I did was say naked. Okay. We're gonna get to read it now, folks. Hopefully. Okay. Freaking yawned. Oh, alright, Aiden. We will see you another time. Take care. Sleep well. Good night. Could have been so much worse. Walk. Yeah. Good night. I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought I did. But there's a T at the end. I don't know. You guys are... I thought I did, okay? I don't know. You're not going to be able to teach me the difference in this sort of text to only my audio. It's not going to work well. Anyway, thank you, One Text. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. We have a tradition to drop some little dances. I'm gonna do a bouncy frog right now for my dances. Whenever someone's new, so welcome. CH is the same as J in Spanish. Noch. So, a lot lighter? Okay. Because it's just a huh. The J is just a huh. I think we're just not quite getting things. Yes, I understand the word I am trying to say. I'm not gonna try and say it again. We're not gonna go for it again. Okay. Welcome in. We should be all doing our dances to welcome in our new friend. Okay. And then, we're reading now. So here we go. Alright. Okay. There. I said there. There we go. SCP-3125. Now, we read the first little bit of it last time. It skipped over the majority of the file. It just, like, ends because you have to put in a code. And I wasn't sure what code we were supposed to put in, but I figured it out. It was hidden. And so now we're going to finally read all that. We're starting in on the sagas that DewOnTheGrass started up for us. So, Dew recommended in our story sharing on the Discord a whole heckin' bunch of stories. We get so many recommendations, but this is specifically like part of a series, a saga, for a specific character or something. We've read a different saga. It was the Adam Wheeler Saga, and I forget who's it is. Hi, Nightly. Welcome in. Hello. Oh, those are cute little waves. I like a good Pokemon emote. Welcome in. We're gonna do another hellos. Where was I going for the thing? Yes. So I'm looking for... Yes, Mew. No fog, no frogs on my antlers because it is spooky story time and they don't like the spooky. They're not as into the spooky. How's everyone been? I was not feeling good, was doing a skip the first stream, but we are here now, and I'm glad I am. But it's Adam Wheeler, that's who it is. That's who we're after. And then the next is another half of that. So we've got just a ton of stories in a saga. There's no way we'll read it all tonight. We'll read pieces between different streams. Slowly we'll get through it. You had a light day? Alright day, I do. Tomorrow will be better. Well, yeah, let's have a good tomorrow. Let's do that. Let's just, not put much pressure on the one day. We'll say we'll get incrementally better. Let's just do that. Okay. Okay. So we'd already read SCP-3125 before, but just the first little half. I'm gonna read it again, and then we'll get the next chunk when I put in the special code on this little thing. You've officially joined us. Thank you for the follow. Let me say it. XX Nightly XXYT. I know that that's probably not what you want, but hello Nightly. Welcome in. We've got a new tradition to drop some dance emotes whenever we've got the new person, so I drop some dances. And so welcome in. That's the escape, right? What's the escapee? Well, we'll find out. If you mean my SCP that we're about to read, I don't know yet. I don't actually read any of the stories. I'm ahead of time, I don't know anything that's going on in them. We just go. You love the little frog dances? Yeah, I like them. Fetster designed these little dancing guys. Based off of the emotes I started that are a little bit goofier. You get the freebies, you'll see them. You know these guys. Those little guys. And then, yeah. But anyway. Well, I won't say anything. But I don't know if I'm correct. Oh, okay. Alright. I definitely can't focus tonight. As we say, my brain is bread. So, please be kind and don't try and make me stay forever. I will absolutely be distracted. And yes, I didn't even think about how that was another. I was just like, yes, of course there's another Pokemon emote that I love. I just kept moving. I should have said, I love the little Eevee too. You've seen them a lot, but you never had the chance to talk to them. Well, mayhaps tonight. Okay. Alright, SCP-3125, I'll just kind of skim over. Object class is Keter. Special containment is it's kept inside Cognito Hazard Containment Unit 3125 on the first floor of Site 41. It's 10 meters by 15 by 3 meters cuboidal room. Lots of layers of lead, soundproofing, telepathic shielding, access through an airlock system at one end. Airlock is programmed to only allow one person to enter at a time, and to remain locked until the person exits before allowing another person to enter. Under no circumstances may any coherent information be allowed to leave the containment unit. This includes written and electronic notes, photographs, audio and video recordings, sound, electromagnetic, and particle-based signals, and psi emanations. During the exit cycle, a purge system rigged to the airlock flushes the occupant's memory by flooding the airlock with amnestic gas for 3 minutes. A senior Antimemetics Division staff member must visit every 6 weeks, or 42 days. Hello, Devod. Pretty good. Oh, yes, look at the little Vulpix. What? And it's got a little halo to be all pure. That's cute. You're trying to be a little angel? Does that imply that the normal Vulpix is a little devil? Because, no, it's not devil, but it's very pretty. Okay, anyway. 38% Liz. Woof. Nice try. Love Pokemon way too much. Also, maybe Vulpix is red. Like, he's red, but I'm like, no, I don't want to be devil. Ooh, 76 for you. Love is only 26. Sorry. Kind of exhausted. The Elden Beast has been destroying me, so I'm kind of sad. But there's always a next time. Yes. Regroup. Recenter. Try again later. Just shake it off and reset your brain if you can. Right now, I'm kind of resetting my brain from other stuff, but it's taken so long that I can't fully reset. I'm just like, okay, we're gonna have to float through everything until we can redo. Okay. If you did. Okay, good luck, Knightley. Okay. So we're at the quote-unquote the supposed end of file. But right after it says in all caps and bold end of file, there's a little keypad. It says, well, it looks like a little calculator keypad thing. It's got the black screen up top, and then it counts. I think that the numbers looks kind of funny. But anyway, it counts from top right corner, 789, bottom row, 456, or next row, bottom, no, not even bottom, next row, 1, 2, 3, bottom row, CLR for clear in red button, a 0 in the normal, and then a green go. So I've got to put in a code. We figured out it was probably 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 times 5. I don't know. Anyway, and then I hit go, and it says granted, but other times it would be denied, and I'd get kicked out. Okay, so now we've gotten that granted. We scroll, and it says item number SCP-3125, object class Keter. Oh yeah. My yawns are attacking me. Okay. Okay. Special containment procedures. There's even more? What? SCP-3125 is subject to inverted containment protocols and is present everywhere in reality except for those places which have been specifically purged of its influence. Oh. We read something very much like this in the last big scary saga, right? Where they had to go into that room to be away from things and like sort themselves out. Anyway, I thought it was feeling fairly familiar. Okay, so maybe this is like another alternate world. We need one of our SCP experts in here. Couldn't find the word expert there. The brain is fully bred. Holy crap. But yes, so we could use a Nuriakia or Dew or somebody that knows what's going on with this, about why it feels so familiar. But alright. The interior of Cognito Thanks, Mask. Yeah, I'm pretty close to putting the bread on my head again for this read. We might have to get there eventually. Oh, I just see your favorite is Hisuian Growlithe. I don't know how to pronounce, but that version of Growlithe, nice. I am no expert, but I can try help. Oh, why, thank you for the salute. If you know what is going on, we like some little clues, because I don't always know what's going on. Okay. The interior of Cognito Hazard Containment Unit 3125 on Site 41, where this document resides, is the only location in the world to have been successfully purged in this way. The containment unit is a 10 meters by 15 meters by 3 meters cuboidal room clad in layers of lead, soundproofing material, and telepathic shielding. Access is through an airlock system at one end of the containment unit, which I guess we got through with our little code. This airlock is programmed to allow only one person to enter the containment unit at a time. I guess I'm in it and I'm reading it to you guys. Oops, that's not how that's supposed to go. And to remain locked until this person exits before allowing another person to enter. Oh, Well, welcome in, JP Anime 56. Thank you for the follow. We have our little tradition. I'm gonna pick a new. Let's pick somebody. I'm gonna do a different dancey. Hee I'll do that. Frog wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We do a little dance whenever we've got the new friends. So welcome in. Everybody else, drop your dances. Welcome them in. Okay. Yeah. We like to see the little dragon. I like the little guy. Okay. Under no circumstances may any coherent information be allowed to leave the containment unit. This includes written and electronic notes, photographs, audio and video recordings, sound, electromagnetic and particle-based signals, and emanations. A purge system rigged to the airlock flushes the occupant's memory by flooding the airlock with amnestic gas for 3 minutes during the exit cycle. An alternate SCP entry must be maintained in the main Foundation database, giving only the technical specifications of the containment unit, provisions for senior Antimemetics Division staff to visit the unit's interior on a regular basis, and no description. And that's what we read just before we put in our little code. Can't wait to become Twitch affiliate so I can use my Tom York Doro. Ooh. Oh, yours gotta get to affiliate. Okay. But then also, I don't know who Tom York is for your Doro, but cool. We talked about I should try and get the Doro. What was the code? Did I miss it? Oh yeah, it was 55555. Which I should have been able to realize faster last time, but because you can see in the very top of the page, it goes like the title, it kind of says where the story comes from each hub, and then it has in the right corner a rating. You can do a plus or a minus, and then it gives you the little author, and in it says one type of hub, arrows to the next hub, arrows, it says 55555, arrows, and then we're at our page. So I should have been able to find the 555 faster, but hey, I got it eventually. Hi, Turt. Rar. Lead singer for Radiohead. Aha. Yeah, I would not know. Okay. Description, finally. We're finally getting the description that wasn't there before. SCP-3125 is an extremely large, and then in brackets, C full theta dimensional fractal topology attachment 13. I'm not entirely sure, but there's like a little, either it's trying to be a theta or it's just a negative in a circle. Anyway, it's a link that we can click on, but I'm not gonna go after that. Whatever, little thing. Extremely large, highly aggressive, anomalous, metastasized, there you go, brain, meme complex, originally to our reality and now partially intersecting it. Okay, so it's a great big meme. There was a great big meme. Okay. SCP-3125 is adapted for survival in an ideatic ecology considerably more violent and hostile than our own. And then in brackets here, in quotes, our own, refers to human headspace. The set of all ideas which humans have or are biologically capable of having. Okay, so it's built for something more violent than our own brains. Does that mean that we can blame 3125 for making the world more violent? Well, we'll find out. Because humans have no natural exposure to ideas as aggressive as SCP-3125, human minds have no protective evolutionary adaptations against it. Individuals possessed of SCP-3125 become incapable of entering weaker, quote-unquote, conventional ideas, and become instead wholly bodily subordinate to the purpose of serving and disseminating the core concepts of SCP-3125. In addition, although undergoing no outwardly visible physical alteration, they cease to be externally recognizable as human. Okay, so they I think this is trying to say that it's that uncanny valley moment when it's something looks just a little not human, but it's still being very human. And it gives you the creeps because it's saying there's no visible physical alteration, but they are also not externally recognizable as human. Yeah, so we can tell they're not human, but we don't know why we can tell they're not human. Interesting. But oh goodness, okay. SCP-3125 is not entirely present in our reality. Upon its arrival, the highly interconnected nature of human knowledge exchange systems means that it will take no longer than 12 hours, possibly as few as 4 hours, to encompass, dominate, and replace all human thought. At this point, quote-unquote humanity, as an abstract concept, along with all attendant abstracts such as civilization, in quotes, culture, in quotes, society, in quotes, community, in quotes, and family, in quotes, will have ceased to exist. The Foundation terms such an eventuality an MK class end of the world scenario. Whew. Oh, you just got home from work. I just seen that. Sorry. Well, welcome in, Turtle Boy. Get your rest after work. Okay. The Foundation possesses numerous proven techniques for arresting the spread of such aggressive idea complexes, but these are all rendered unworkable in practice by SCP-3125's autonomic. There you go. My brain was like, no, that's not what this is. I know we know this word. Why is brain not working? Autonomic defensive response / boundary layer. Fully assembling a mental picture of SCP-3125 and perceiving its true shape causes SCP-3125 in turn to be able to perceive the observer. Okay, so even getting a proper image of them in your head means that they can come after you. It then attacks the observer, killing them. The mechanism of the attack is unclear, but appears to be at least partially physical. Quote-unquote mental bystanders, individuals whose thoughts and ideas resemble those of the observer, are also attacked. This invariably includes the observer's entire extended research group and often their close family, brackets, parents and offspring. Yikes. Well, that doesn't say siblings. Interesting. But okay. The attack has the net effect of erasing all knowledge both of SCP-3125 and its attack from the world. This informational, quote-unquote, numbing effect performs a similar function to the anesthetic saliva of a mosquito's bite, enabling SCP-3125 to evade detection prior to its full incarnation. Foundation staff discovering SCP-3125 may be able to escape its attack via prompt use of amnestic medication to erase their knowledge of it. Okay, in either case, the net result is that the interior of a suitably shielded containment unit is the only location where it is safe to observe, record, or even acknowledge the existence of SCP-3125. Outside of such a containment unit, a true written description of SCP-3125 would constitute a lethal cognito hazard. How did they come across that this is how they had to do this? How did they pull that off? Anyway, I did not know SCP had a full website with stories. I was reading along. Ooh! Yes, a lot of people, they do the games and not the stories. I didn't know this existed at all until someone was like, read this. And I'm like, okay. And then people was like, telling me that they only do the games, and I'm like, there's games? What is going on? I know nothing. Okay. Yes, okay. SCP-3125 could be effectively neutralized. What? Neutralized using a machine proposed by the late Dr. Bartholomew Hughes called an irreality amplifier. In brackets, see schematics, attachment 129. However, as well as requiring tremendous material resources, this machine could not be constructed without its builders understanding why it was being built, which would require an understanding of SCP-3125, which would prove fatal to the project. No means of neutralizing SCP-3125 using only the resources in this room is known. Okay. Now we have history, so I guess we we will find out how they did figure that out. Oh, that's an interesting. We've got like SCPs listed a little bit lower, and they look funny. They're kind of, the way they're redacted is a bit different this time. I don't know. But okay, the history. Due to the described defense mechanism, SCP-3125's observation history is almost entirely missing. In particular, it is unclear exactly how this containment unit came to be built and how these containment procedures were established. Much data has been accrued in this containment unit over the course of successive visits by Foundation researchers. This data was brought from the outside in the hope of being useful and left here in accordance with containment procedures. You must go now because you need eep. Yes, go ahead. Go eep. Take care. I'm sure the reading will be nice and cozy. It'll be a good time. And thanks again, Yar, for giving you that subscription. That was very nice. So we hope we see you again soon, Goldie. Good night. Eep well. Okay. Where was my brain? I lost it in this page. I don't know where it was. Much of the data accrued. Is that what I said? Okay, I'm just gonna start over. Due to the described defense mechanism, SCP-3125's observation history is almost entirely missing. In particular, it is unclear exactly how this containment unit came to be built and how these containment procedures were established. Okay, so we really don't know how it came about. Much data has been accrued in this containment unit over the course of successive visits by Foundation researchers. This data was brought from the outside in the hope of being useful and left here in accordance with containment procedures. So probably the way that they pulled everything together, people died in the process because they were thinking about it. But they're gone now, so they can't tell you that this is how that happened. And then somebody was like, what's this? And then, I see, that's what this is. Probably. I don't know. That's my guess. In addition to this database entry, the reader will find multiple electronic copies of the Foundation database, academic datasets of all kinds, and extensive public news archives. Okay. As is to be expected, much of this data is not germane to the topic of containing SCP-3125. Or it is and you don't realize it is. Right? No? Man, I don't know. Okay. Francis X7, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. We have a new tradition as of late. We do a dance whenever we've got somebody that joins us. So here's some dances. Do. Welcome in. Get cozy. Thanks for joining us. Oh goodness, hold on 1 second. Oh, I need to mute. Okay, I'm back. Dew! Look at it's you! Yes, we're reading your story. You're all, but it's your story. I know that number. Yeah, so we read just the first little bit a while ago, and now we're getting started on your saga. It's happening. We're in the middle of the history right now of 3125. So we're just starting your part 1 of your saga. So here we go. Do. Okay, so yeah, a bunch of the data is not germane to the topic, but we're doing it, man. Okay. Nevertheless, correlation and analysis by successive visitors has allowed the following facts to emerge. Okay. Fact number 1. Although SCP-3125 is not yet fully present in our reality, its indirect effects / foreshocks, for example, SCP redacted, SCP longer number redacted, SCP a couple of numbers that are redacted and then a weird little grid of black and white dots. I don't understand how that interrupted, and then another digit of redacted number. And then instead of SCP dash a redacted number, this one is SCP plus a redacted number. I'm guessing that one's just a typo. Anyway, those foreshocks are various SCPs that are also involved. Are easily discovered by any well-equipped memetics research project. Okay, so there's other stuff that are maybe starting to be related, but it's not directly connected. Items. Hello, hello. Look at your little emote. Just a little peeky peek. I literally just couldn't sleep tonight. I had no idea this was happening. Yes, I did not tell you. I was just, we're doing SCP. I'm gonna do what my schedule says and just have skipped the origami, but then, okay, so SCP, what's the next SCP? Well, it's time to crack into the sagas is what it is. So here we are. Yee! We were asking, is there anything that we should know? Any ways that you could, why is this feeling so familiar? Because, like, a room where the only way you know what is going on is when you're in the room hiding, and we don't really know how this thing got built, but it probably involved a lot of people dying. That feels very familiar. I don't know. Why does it feel familiar? Was this in a different one? I feel like this was in a different one. I don't know. But okay. Where was... Oh, yes. Fact number 2. Memetics research is, today, a much diminished science from when it was at its peak. In mid-2008, there existed more than 400 institutions pursuing research likely to uncover SCP-3125, including government agencies, military branches, private corporations, independent laboratories, university research projects, and notable amateur groups. Many of these were GOIs, or internal divisions within GOIs. None of these groups still exist, except for the Foundation's Antimemetics Division. You guys were the only ones lucky enough to create the little box. Yike. Okay. Darn. Almost nobody in the world is consciously aware of this decline, and explanations for the disappearance of these groups have not been forthcoming. It's probably this particular SCP. I don't know. You just kind of suggested that, but okay, fine. Simple deduction gives that all of these groups eventually discovered SCP-3125 and were consumed by it, and that this is, in fact, the inevitable fate of all competent memetics research. Wow. Darn. You remember when Wheeler input a code to get into the containment unit, and Paul Kim was like, no, stop, it's sus AF. I don't remember Paul Kim. I remember Wheeler. No. It's been a minute and my bread is brain. What? My brain is bread. Proof right there. If you have more info, that will probably get me to remember, but I cannot promise. It's not a very good brain right now. Okay. The Antimemetics Division persistence is attributed to its specialist training and its ready access to reliable amnestic medication. Despite this, the Division, too, has shrunk considerably in recent years. From a reported staff of well over 4,000 people in 2012, as of September 2015, 125. This figure is on track to reach 0 before the end of 2015. Over the same period, the Division's physical worldwide presence has similarly shrunk. From a network of sites and smaller outposts on every continent to this single site, Site 41. In particular, the Division's headquarters at Site 167 are now missing from the Division's collective memory. Wow. And presumed neutralized by SCP-3125's concealment response. Wow. Oh, Paul Kim is the guy from the really good, the anti-me meaning his memories. He throws the phone at his head. Yeah, that one. Okay. So that's like the end of this? Is that how this ends? Is that how 3125 comes about? Or oh wow. Gonna head out. Okay. See you later, Yar. We'll talk. We'll hang out. Another stream, another time. Ooh, okay. We've got addendum 1. Well, it just says addendum, and then it says addendum 2. I guess they weren't expecting a second addendum. But that's the next one. Eep well, Yar. Okay. Alright. Further analysis of the available data, specifically architectural diagrams of Site 41, Attachment 38, indicates the existence of a second containment unit on Site 41 conforming to the same basic design philosophy as this one. The second unit, SO41B30000, was built 210 meters below ground level. It features an identical broad-spectrum informational cladding, but has more than 1,000 times the volume of Cognito-Hazard Containment 3125, along with an amnestic airlock large enough to ingest a 20-foot equivalent unit shipping container. Okay. So it could do something big. I guess that's their attempt to make the machine. But how are we going to get people to go down there to be able to do that if we keep having to erase their memory? Information relating to the date of construction and purpose of SO41B30000 is absent from Foundation records and is presumed to have been deliberately erased. The unit itself is hermetically sealed and has been for an intermediate period of time. Regardless of SO41B30000's intended purpose, it, like any such containment unit, is capable of acting as a shelter from SCP-3125. Addendum 2. Oh, it's a big letter. Oh, it's from Marion Wheeler. Oh no. Okay. Addendum 2. And the rest, hopefully, is blindingly obvious. SO41B30000 was originally constructed to house a long-term project to construct Hughes Airality Amplifier. While that's been going on, the rest of us have been fighting an unconscious war in order to buy time. We have been losing, but losing as slowly as humanly possible. The time we have bought is now up. It's an extremely bad sign that nobody inside SO41B30000 has broken the seal yet. But there is no ground left for us to cede, and there are no more bodies to throw into SCP-3125's maw to slow it down. And then there's a weird little symbol. Weird little symbol is here, ready or not. I'm guessing 3125, I don't know. I am going to go to SO41B30000 and use the machine. I think I can get the information out through the airlock. I think I can get to the vault alive. This was the plan. It's become garbled in the retelling because of variables. But I know that this was my plan because I know myself. What else could it have been? And then there's a little bit of a gap. Standard procedure is that I have to tell you what to do next if this doesn't work. That's the asynchronous research covenant. But I don't have a good picture of who you can even be, reading this and alive. In your scenario, there is no machine. Hughes is missing, I'm dead, the site is ruined, and how'd you even get in here? Can you be Foundation? Are you conscious? Is there a single word of this which you comprehend? You live in a world bathed with SCP-3125. That's the lost condition. I can't help someone who doesn't exist. Marion Wheeler, Chief of Antimemetics, November 30th, 2015. Wait a second, there's a third addendum suddenly. That wasn't there before. Okay, gimme. Oh, that's sad. Oh, this is bad. I don't like. It starts, that's sad. Okay. 3125 is the inverted containment unit built by Bart Hughes, dead. You don't want to know. Wheeler breaks through the airlock, and the mind virus gets Kim and the other researchers, and they try to kill her, but she gets to the bottom level and finds no counterweapon or a reality amplifier or anything. There's just the antimemetic bomb to sterilize this outbreak. Think about it. That's where your bomb is. The only question left is, who is Adam? Oh. Well, good to know. Alright. I think I know who Adam is, but I'm not sure. I forget exactly how we were like, who's Adam? But I think I do remember being like, Adam in another story. But okay. And DJ, you're not late. I don't take attendance. But here we go with the sad bit. I found your body. Oof. And finding your body was a powerfully disorienting sensation for me, I don't mind admitting. I used to know a Marion. During the brief period in which I knew her, she wasn't one to admit defeat as easily as you. Still, that was a long time ago. Far be it from me to tell you your business, but I fear you missed the trick. From the evidence I can see, this was never the only Antimemetics Division, in quotes, site. There were others. I imagine they're now all effectively invisible to most passers-by, of course, just like this one, but I presume that they, just like this one, still physically exist. Your plan, I think, was in place for longer than you know, and since you weren't at liberty to retain its details, you put it into action more than once. There is another vault fitting that description, truck-sized amnestic airlock and all. S167-001-6183. Site 167 is a non-entity, of course, which is most likely why you missed it. It's likely ruined, and it's quite definitely a long goddamn way from here on foot. But still, I think it's better than half a chance. I could die on this boondoggle too. Boondoggle, fun word. Naturally, as the world has become something of a horror show of late. In any case, I trust that anybody following in my footsteps and reading these additional words will have the presence of mind to pursue the same basic strategy, still existing despite everything. Adam Wheeler, Interloper, May 4, 2017. So we keep going. They keep going. And then it says end of file. But then we have the next one to read. Where have you been all my life? So we've got the next one to go. And I'm excited about it. Okay. Boop. Now though is our break. We have time for the triggers and the such. Anybody got any redeems? And yes, do went ahead and lurk. That is good. Have a good lurk. It'll be triggers time. And it's a long title that we'll have to read. Where have you been all my life? For an SCP at least. They're usually just the little letters. It's not much. Okay. Boop boo. Boop 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 ba doop. Well, with no redeems, I think I am going to pull out the kalimba. Yep. I always need more practice. Let's see. What song will we practice? Do. The honk. Just as I pull out my kalimba, I'll do a song on kalimba first, okay? And then we'll do that nonsense. All right. doing, my brain? It's a bit of a chaos. We're not managing to do any of this very easily, simply, whatever. Oh no, it's okay. Alright, can I hear me? Hello, hello? I said hello. It's a bit of a time trying to struggle with this mic. I'm so glad we've got the new one coming. Oh, there we go. Nope. Wow, Raven, you're just hitting notes and not really paying attention, are you? We kind of reached the end of that song if you count all of the chaos as still being part of it. Oh well. Okay. Let's do rage puffing. Big yawn. Big yawn. Rage puffin time. Let's do the raging. Boop. Okay. There's the angry. Took a second. Okay. Angie. I did a full minute of rage. Perfect. Aren't you proud of me, Lahonk? It takes so much out of me, and I do the big yawn. I just want to eep now. Okay. Stream done. I did the eep. I did the rage puff. We're all done. Okay. No. I still read? Yeah, okay. Little loves. Love's back, Lahonk. Okay. Where was brain? I want to write down the next story. That was one thing. Right. Very done. Oh my. Okie doke. Does anybody have any other redeems? Or am I going back to the Columbus? I'm not opposed to the back to the Columbus. I will do the same song because it was a dumpster fire. And I will try to be better. Actually, you know what I will do? I think it's time that I make sure my image matches. I'll be right here, but my image will go away for a second. I'm still here. I am still here. No, that's not what I want. Go away. Okay, how about this? Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Where's... There is... Okay, okay. Yes, give it. I want. Give it. Okay, okay. How big? That's probably good size. Whoa, shut up. Don't take it. A little bigger. Okay. Okay. I have bread. I have bread. Hmm. This is all I am anymore. It's just bread for brain. Okay, Kalimba support squad. Thank you very much. I will hopefully have enough brain to Kalimba. I don't know. Look at the bread. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. Alright. Mm. I did so much better. It's like I had to acknowledge the bread. I had to put the bread on my head so that it would work. Or I just needed another practice run. I don't know. But there you go. So I finally got my body to work out kind of better right now. Anyway. Oh. Oh, that's a dumb. Sorry. Oh, never mind. Don't mind Raven scatting some nonsense. We're gonna do another song, because there's been no other redeems, right? Yeah, there's been no other redeems. How is everybody? Hug everybody. Oh, thank you for hug. I kinda need. Oh, it's a bread day. It's a big bad bread day. Big bad bread. We did not do origami stream, and I feel bad. I feel very bad about it. But also, I would have felt so much worse if I tried. If you think I have bread right now, I didn't even have bread then. Remember last night when I was down to crumb? I lost even this crumb. I didn't even have crumb. It was nothing, and I was not good. It won't let you redeem trigger word. Why not? Oh, whoa. Why is everything paused? When did everything get paused? You know, I don't know what's happening. Why did only rage puffing get unpaused? This feels like somebody is pulling a prank on me. Feels like one of my mods did this to me. And I don't like it. But I also find it very funny anyway. Oh wait, I don't need origami on. Raven, you really have only bread. Oh gosh, no! DJ, no! Ah! I'm getting there! I'm unlocking! Oh, I just did undid the mouse pops. It's the sniffers. And here's trigger word. Now you can redeem trigger word. It's only working one. I know, but I fixed it. I said I was fixing it. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't hurt me like this. I just did rage puff. No. I may or may not have to interrogate my mods later about who did this. I did nothing, although that may be the problem in this case. Wow, okay. Oh, DJ, that's so blasphemous, though. You're not. I'm not. You're not. Don't hurt me like this. Why do you guys always do this with trigger words? You know, other ASMR streamers, they get things like, good boy, good girl, take care, it's alright. I get, Raven stole my chicken nuggies. You're late. I hate you. Stop. This is not real. This is not real. Oh, okay. You're late, I guess. TJ, you're late. But you're not late. I don't keep attendance. Don't do rage puffing. It was a joke. I'm sorry. It's okay. I was just gonna save it for the next break, basically, because that's how I usually do it when it's just a double up. So I'll do it later. It's all good. If you really actually don't want rage puffing and you just want me to refund you, I can do that. But I'll just save it for later. It's all good. Okay, so there was your trigger word. I will look into correcting things if you need me to, Raven. Brain has been split 3 ways. Sorry, I owe you better than that. No! It's okay. You want refund? I will refund you your points. Bloop. Oh, no, wait, I didn't. Oops. I hit the wrong button. It went away, but it didn't do it. Oh, yeah. If you redeem a thing, but I hit an X, it gives you back your points. I messed up and hit the check because I'm a mess. Because I has bread for brain. It is a mess. But okay, I know I need to do a rage puff at the next break because I promised you that and I didn't refund your points, which I'm supposed to do. But yeah, you can do a refund. You can say, hey, never mind, I didn't mean to do that. Send it back. And there you go. Yes, hi, Annie Bell. Hello, hello. I'm cute. Oh, thank you. You're cute. New trigger word. You did great. Aww, you did great. You did great. Thank you. Okay, that one feels good. Just a small doll playing games and drawing cute things. It's a very cute little bio. Sorry, I just had that random. Okay. Yes, Cage always does the shout out. Of course I do. Of course I do. Okay. Where was my brain? It's just spread. You're right. Okay. I was gonna do another kalimba song if there is no other redeems. So we'll do that. And then we'll go back to the next SCP, the next page in the story. Next page in the ever-winding book. What is that? Oh, I know what it is. Oh my gosh. I was thinking of a Watcher thing. Oh goodness. Anybody watch Watcher? Shane Madej? Fun time. Anyway, chat did not take advantage of the unpaused raised puffs like I had hoped. It was you, dude! It was you! That's why you went to lurk. Shame, dude. Shame. You did a shit. DJ kinda did. We'll be doing the rage puffs next. Look, DJ is pouting. DJ just wanted to do a trigger word and you kept DJ from the trigger word. Rude. I told you guys you have to all organize together. You have to do it all together to be able to get the rage puff cacophony. So like you can't just do it one at a time. The rules are in place in such a way you're not gonna be able to do it. Now I'm actually getting work done. Jesus. Give me the loaf of bread. No, it's my brain. If you take it, I'm not kidding. If I have no more bread, if I have not even crumb, I cannot stream. You will no longer have Raven. I will be gone. I will not be here. I had the voice of Andre the Giant in my head. You will not be here. You know when he's in the big cloak and he's doing the pointy and the scary? When they're trying to scare away all the men at the gate? Blanker here, da, but soon you will not be here. Anyway, okay. I had to lag my headphones charge a bit, but I'm back and ready for Eeps. I figured that out a little bit after I said it. But okay, yay! Welcome back, turd. Ready for Eeps. I'm gonna just do a quick kalimba, and then I guess we're gonna go to the next story. And when I come back, it will be Rage Puffs, because DJ redeemed it. But yes, you say Raven? Yes, thank you. You bonked the honk. Yay. I think Dew needs a bonk, really though. If someone wants to give Dew a bonk, because Dew tried to mastermind a chaos and failed. You wouldn't have got bonked if you'd succeeded, but you failed. Okay. There you go. Only one of it worked, but hey, it worked. Okay. Oh, and a slap. No, don't worry, I got this. No, don't do it again. Don't do it again. Please. Please do. Please do not. Okay, I do one more song. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, head pats. You have to recover from the slap. That's good. That's good. Okay. Clears my throat as if I'm gonna sing, but it's just kalimba. Guys, I really do just have bread. Oh my gosh. Okay. I technically messed up. That's not how the song goes altogether. Wasn't good fun, but yes, please don't do it again. Angry little frog. Yes. Agreed. Agreed. I'm cooking. Okay. That was pretty good. Considering the bread brain, I did pretty good. Even on the first part where I was like, okay, I'll go in. I did the notes right. I just forgot this part you do twice. This part you go back anyway. But that was pretty good. Okay. Considering, I'm killing it. Don't mind me just gassing me up because I need to. It's been a mess. I needed a little bit of the self-love. I joined the stream and used your frog emote and they loved it, so I showed them other frogs I had. Yay! Show off those frogs. Do a little frogs fashion show. Because, like, I've got some fun little frogs. I don't think, you know who I don't think gets enough love? Is the Awoga guy. The little charmed frog. The frog that sees something and falls in love. Oh, wow, 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 wow. His little mouth going, his eyes spinning. Wow, 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 wow. I like him a lot. And then, of course, we know when we gotta use the puke frog. That's very important. It just is. You know it is. And then, you know, the singing frog. I've told you guys. I want you to, when you request a singing frog trigger, hit him with that. It's a good one. But yeah, otherwise, people recognize the other ones pretty good. The popcorn's fun. The gentleman's very fun. Oh, Cupid. Cupid doesn't have as nice of a thing. Yeah. Also, I saved the tiniest frog I had ever seen. Ooh, you saved a frog? Ooh. I still remember that time where Electo loved your frogs. So I gifted her while she was live, and you went, and she was just, I have frogs. Yeah, that was very fun. That was very fun. Electo. That'd be nice to visit again. I think we did a little bit ago. But anyway. Whoa, I disappeared. Where did I go? Where did I go? What happened? Come back. What happened? Where did I go? Oh no. Guys, I disappeared. Help. Help me. I don't know what happened. What the heck just happened? I don't like this. What's happening? Oh no. Oh no. Where am I? Where am I? Don't mind the man behind this. Oh, I'm just fully gone. Oh my gosh. Uh-ohs. Um. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Um. Mm, no. What's happening? I don't like this. This is being weird. Okay. 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 Alright. Mm-hmm. How about this? Will this be better? I don't know. I don't like this. This is weird. I'm freaking out. I'm gone. There's no me. Since when? I don't like this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, how about this? Okay, YouTube Studio, what are you doing to me? Okay, we're gonna try something. I'm gonna quit YouTube Studio and bring it back. I don't know why they stole me. Did the honk steal me? Couldn't find the frogs, got mad. I feel like I want to blame the honk. This is my theory. What is happening? I didn't click nothing. I didn't scroll nothing. I didn't do anything. You put the picture in Discord under IRL. Okay, cool. I want to see that teeny tiny frog. 6 messages were deleted by the model. What? Triumphant respect. Raven gets sent to Shadow Realm. Oh, I'm back. Okay, I don't know where I went. I don't know what was happening, but I'm back. Oh, goodness. This is so weird. Okay, I don't like it. This was a very weird time. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Okay. What is happening? Huh. No sound? No sound? What do you mean no sound? Don't tell me I'm no sound. Oh. There was sound. It was just very quiet. I was back. But yeah. Woo. Okay. Breathe, Raven. It's alright. You've come back from the Shadow Realm. Oof. Okay. I'm gonna just do a stretchy stretch. And a stretchy stretch. Ooh, that was a good back crack. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Slowly slides down in chair till I'm small. My mic is way up high. I'm not shrimping, but I am not being nice to my posture. But you can't stop me because I just got back from the frickin' Shadow Realm. Don't blame me. Okay. Fine, DJ. I'll be tall. Okay, you stopped me. You did. Okay. Oh, wait. To support my anti-shrimping / sliding away. A little hoof rest. Okay, so we're at the next frickin' stage. Did I hear shrimping? I said not shrimping, but it was referenced. You are correct. Here we go. I am now Why does that say rage puffing? Alright, because that was the only one we did. There we go. Where have you been all my life? There we go. Tiny baby frog in Discord under IRL. Nice. Okay, good. I'm excited to see you later. Here is Where Have You Been All My Life? The second in our Adam Wheeler Saga from Dew. Okay. It starts out fun. Here we go. Oh, hi, Frigid. Welcome in. 93%. Damn. Okay. Welcome in. All right. Who the fuck infiltrates a senior Foundation official's home while they're home? That's the first sentence. It's fun. Okay. Marion Wheeler lives deep in a coniferous forest, a long drive from the nearest major city and a long drive in the opposite direction from Site 41. It's late. Last thing. And she's reading in bed when she hears the muffled, unmistakable click of her front door being unlocked. Howdy, brain breadhead. That feels rude, but also very accurate. Never have I been so offended by something I completely agree with. What's the James A. Craster quote? Something like that. Okay. Alright, the click in her front door being unlocked. She looks up and stares blankly at the wall for a second while listening to soft footsteps moving into the hallway. She marks her place and reaches for her Foundation-issued phone. 'Cause, I mean, someone's breaking in, but you can't lose your place in your book. I mean, come on. She has no permanent security staff at home. The division is understaffed and trained operatives are in much more serious need on site. But the building and grounds have beefy electronic countermeasures. Beefy. They, she discovers, have all been disabled, along with the sensors and cameras. Her stuff? Or the stuff on site? Oh, I think she has beefy countermeasures. Anyway, they've all been disabled, along with the sensors and cameras. She was not notified that this has happened. Whoever did it had a valid code. Who, though? Dun dun dun. He just really loves the brain bread gag law. No harm meant. Oh, yeah. I absolutely do. Don't do the cry. It's all good. I loves it. It's all good. Bread yummy. Rude. The Foundation has enemies. True, the list of credible, motivated enemies is surprisingly short, and the list of groups stupid enough to try to kill or capture someone at her level is shorter, but it's far from empty, and it's not actually so hard a feat. Not too many people below 05 level are privileged to travel in motorcades. The real trick, the impossible trick, is to avoid unholy retaliation. But what if you really think you can? What if you've decided it's worth it? Wheeler triggers the silent alarm. She sets her phone back down on the nightstand and collects her gun. She rolls out of bed, tucks a few pillows in her place, moves silently to her bedroom door and stands beside it, listening and thinking. Whenever someone does that, I'm waiting for someone to, instead of creep in while they're gonna open the door, they, slam the door back and it flies back and hits the person who's hiding behind the door, in the face, and then there's just a, you know? It never happens because they're being all sneaky, but it's just in my head. It's like, ooh. It's good for sandwich? No, bread is not good for sandwich. Don't do that. I'm doing the floaty torso. Thank you for telling me. I be big. Wait, I'll be big. It's just me and bread. I'm real close. Okay. Do I read like this? You're going to see my eyebrows bounce easier. Okay. I'm back. We'll be right here. Okay. That's good. Too big. It's okay. You can spell. It's just the typing is annoying sometimes. I get it. It's all good. Where was I? Alright, she stands waiting. This door, her bedroom door, can't be opened silently. It creaks like hell, so if she goes through it, she'll have to be ready to draw attention. There's an attic, but access is out there on the landing, and again, can't be operated silently. There's no alternative route to ground level other than jumping from the window, and someone has to be covering it. Even if she landed in the bushes alive, she'd still have to break the perimeter with a sprained ankle. A better question than who is how many. She may already be straight up dead, simply due to numbers. If the attackers tread cautiously and try to flush her out, she figures she can home alone her way through perhaps 8 of them before running out of luck. Yes, home alone it. Home alone? Home alone it. Okay. If they rush the second floor and have armor, she might be overwhelmed by as few as 2, even with the staircase acting as a choke point. All of this, naturally, assumes that the attackers aren't anomalous. If they are, and they're not in the, say, 30% of anomalies which can be neutralized simply by shooting them in the center mass and head, she may be fundamentally helpless even after the response team shows up, which will be, at best, 10 minutes from now. Ah! Hello, Millennial! Welcome in. We're reading, and I will save my place by doing a scroll. That's exactly where I am, because my bread is brain. What? My brain is bread. I've done that twice now. I do not have bread. Oh my god. I do not have brain to operate with. I only have bread. And that's why it's on my head right now. It's just a visual reminder. Raven is not at the top performance. Ooh, what was that? Thank you for giving a shout out there. Ain't the first time I'm a raider in a stream I'm modding, and it won't be the last. Classic Cage, classic. Well, welcome in, Millennial. Get cozy or get lost. I know if you want to go and get your stuff done, it's all good. And I wouldn't have said that to a raider that I don't know. I'm not actually telling you to get lost. But yeah, if you gotta go, go ahead. It's okay. Look after yourselves. But we're having our little SCP read and having a good time. Lol, that's all good. Okay, good. How to kill something. Shoot it in the face. What if that doesn't work? Hades, not the villain. Huh? Huh? Has you thought of that? It happens. It happens. Well, okay. Because that's what Marianne's worried about, is the ones that doesn't work on. Okay. Shoot in the face twice. I don't know. Or 3 times. I was doing a read of The King in Yellow, but it was too heavy, so I read my stuff. Stream was scuffed. Ooh. What is The King in Yellow? And by heavy, I'm guessing you mean like content is just too much. Then do it with a bigger one. A bigger gun, maybe? But what if they say nuh-uh? Imagine shooting someone in the face 3 times and they say, nuh-uh. like kids playing and it's like, I killed you, and the kid said, nuh-uh, no you didn't. I can't be dead. Don't kill me. I'm not gonna be dead. Shoot them with tank. Okay. That might work on the anomalous folks, but what if even that doesn't work? Because we got anomalous things here, and it's difficult. If they have that sense of humor while being immortal, I'd be terrified. I wouldn't be terrified, I'd just be like, okay, can we be bros, or are you gonna still try to kill me? Because, like, we got 1 or 2 ways. Content in certain words. It's taken it back a little, so I read my psychological horror instead. Less heavy. Yeah, let's read about brutal murders instead. Send them to the sun. Nuke it. Both interesting choices. Is there ever a choice of, like, stop trying to kill them? Maybe. Try something else? Detain them? Befriend them? I don't know. Talk to them and understand why they're doing what they're doing, because maybe violence was never necessary? Maybe. Oh gosh, I got a cough. Hold on, I gotta mute. Okay. Take a line from the Drake and Josh movie. when they tried to break out of a jail cell by bashing a guard in the head with a lamp and it not facing him. We thought you'd fall down. And then they locked themselves back in the cell. we thought you'd fall down. I don't think I've watched that movie, but that sounds very fun. Surrender? Oh yeah, surrender work. Yeah, maybe. But first you don't succeed, infiltrate their home. I guess so. But welcome, Burning Feathers. I'm guessing that's what it says. Welcome, Burning Feathers. We're going to give you a little dancey dance because that's what we've been doing to say hi to our new friends. It's a new tradition. Dance, dance, dance. Welcome in, get cozy. Thank you so much for joining us for the follow. What about the SCPs that literally want death, like 682 or the place? Well, no, 682 doesn't want death. 682 wants violence. And again, that's where I tell you, stop the violence. Stop the trying. Step away from that. Maybe. I don't know. You never know. Of course, Hades just a lick. All the lickies. They always get me. It's always like, ooh, what? Huh? Oh, Yes. Yes, you're the one that came up with that tradition. Yes, you did. Tradition. Okay. Well, here we go. I go back to read. Okay. So we're waiting. She's trying to figure out what to do. A creaking. This damned house. Someone is coming up the stairs, making no effort to be quiet about it. A soft tread, though, as if they removed their shoes. Just one of them? That barely makes sense. Okay, so someone has only one shoe on and is walking up the stairs, Cinderella-ing it. With 5 seconds grace, Wheeler casts around the dark room for a second weapon. She knows there are knitting needles downstairs in the lounge and knives, good ones, in the kitchen. But she can't get to them. It's too late. The door is opening. It seems like the man's trying to say something as he comes in, but he only gets as far as I whoop. It's spelled W-H-U-L-P. Whoop. Whoop. And it's done. He's flat on his face, cheek pressed into deep cream carpet with Wheeler on his back, pinning both his wrists with her knees. She sights urgently back down the stairs for a second. Okay, so she's trying to look. There's no one there. She prods him in his other cheek with the muzzle of the gun. You speak, you die, she hisses. You try to move, you die. She glances at the windows, checks the stairs again, listens intently. There's no sound. There's nothing to be seen. Okay. Foundation. Well, this didn't kill 682, but maybe this will. 682 didn't want death at one point until a Scarlet King corrupted its mind. Yeah, well, I didn't really read much of the Scarlet King. I'm guessing people are protecting me from reading that because of Twitch service stuffs, but yeah. That one's interesting. 682 also didn't want death when there was the cuddly who was it that made him all soft for a minute, all happy giggly, because its anomalous thing was to be all nice. Eee. Kill 682 with frogs. I don't even know how many numbers frogs. It gets dark. 999. 999 was the nice guy, the cuddle monster. Yay! Okay, go take care of self, Millennial. Eat well. Have a good night. I'm the kitty. Bye-bye, Millennial. Thanks for the raid. My brain is gone, so I don't remember. Oh, yes. We'll go back to reading. That's what. Okay, so nobody's there. Just the one dude. That she's pinned already. The man is 50 and lanky. He wears an expensive dark suit tailored to his build. He has angular features, thick graying hair, and rimless spectacles, now quite possibly bent out of shape by their sudden impact with the floor. You're gonna have to pay for that, Marion. He wears discreet platinum jewelry, a wristwatch, cufflinks, and a ring. So things are probably expensive that you're gonna have to pay for, but okay. The two of them halt like that, a tableau. He makes no attempt to move, although he does look askance at Wheeler, as best he can, given his dislodged glasses. Wheeler asks, "Where are the others?" "It's just me, Marion," he answers. I think she said that you couldn't talk, but okay, fair enough. She asked you a question. "It's just me, Marion," he answers. "Who are you?" He says nothing for a moment, but his expression subtly drops. Well, it really happened, didn't it? I always wondered." "Who are you?" "There is a monster which follows you around and eats your memories," the man says. SCP-4987. You drip feed it inconsequential trivia so it doesn't go after anything important. You watch game shows. The book you were reading just now on your nightstand, it's a trivia book, right? "Oh, hello. Welcome." Okay. Fernando. With the X's and everything moving, this is hard. Fernando Tamalero. Yes, Fernando Tamarello, I think. Welcome in. Sorry, I always say people's names when they join. And we have a new tradition of dropping a dance emote of any kind, just to celebrate you joining us. So thank you for that follow. Welcome, welcome. In a short and Twitch-friendly summary, the Scarlet King is the reason why most SCPs are hostile. Okay. So we blame him. Hello. My goodness. My voice. But welcome in. And oh my gosh, guys, we're at 950 followers. Okay. We got 50 more to go before a big party little moment that we'll have when I get to 1K, probably. Okay. Oh my goodness. Alright. Righty saying, you reading a trivia book, right? Wheeler says nothing to confirm or deny this, although it is true. At feeding time, the entity manifests like a bright, gold-white spot in the corner of her eye. It's gone now. She's already put the rest of it together. It's all mind-bogglingly, insultingly obvious. With a well-suppressed but still detectable note of dismay, she asks, "What's your name?" "Adam," he says. "Adam Wheeler." Uh-oh. And then it's a little star. It's a little break. And we pick back up with, obviously, she has the man detained. She instructs her people to interrogate him. Who's her people, anyway? Lightly, and to run deep background research on every word he utters, while for her part she stands far back from the investigation to avoid contamination. She resists the urge to interfere, particularly to visit, quote-unquote, Adam. Why are we putting quotes on that? Anyway, and personally demand answers. She goes to her office, curls up on the couch there, and tries to catch some sleep, but doesn't succeed in any real sense. 7 hours later, a foundationer knocks on her office door, bringing an inch-thick block of printouts and a paralyzingly strong cup of coffee. Wheeler takes the drink first, accepting it as a kind of authentication step before letting the man in. She moves back to the couch and sits hunched over the drink for warmth, inhaling its fumes. The man settles heavily into a chair opposite. He is misleadingly stocky, perpetually unshaven individual, somewhere just shy of 40, and inarguably the most dangerous person on the site. He is the division's physical fitness and combat instructor, and the leader of their solitary mobile task force. His name is Alex Goss. He said, figured I should be the one to present their results, even though I didn't research one line of it, 'cause we get along, in their words. Personally, I don't see it. Why you say sorry to Fet? Why are you saying sorry to Fet? What did you do? What happened? I am lost. Okay, I confused. Okay, anyway. Wheeler stays focused on the coffee. Who is he? Goss opens the first page of the report, more for show than anything, then closes it again. He's your husband. Every word checks out. There is limitless physical evidence. Half of the division knows him socially, including me. I credit your diligence and adherence to protocol, but the bottom line is that SCP-4987 got hungry. Oh, yuck. That's no good. You lost your husband to this. It's no fair. Wheeler nods. This assessment matches her own, pieced together overnight from gut reactions and analysis of the plain facts. Where the hell else did her name come from? She wasn't born Wheeler, but she had to get independent verification. She asks, has this happened before? No. Could it happen again? Goss shrugs. You would know better than anyone. I would. I do. And I can tell you this. I have SCP-4987 trained to follow me at my heel. I feed it according to a strict regimen and eats only the memories I say it's okay to eat. A rapidly progressive, universally fatal memory parasite made chronic and then domesticated. And now, it suddenly breaks training that adds up? If you say it doesn't add up, it doesn't add up, Gauss says cautiously, but speaking from field experience, anything can happen twice. Okay, but what does that mean? Wheeler has waited long enough and takes a long pull from the coffee. She stares into the coiling steam as if trying to see the future. But who is he? She asks again. At this point, you know him better than I do. What's he like? Do you like him? Gauss grimaces extravagantly. This is the great-great-grandmother of all loaded questions. Ooh, okay. Wheeler looks him in the eye and says, tell me your personal impression of Adam Wheeler. Direct order. ... He's a nice guy. Nice enough guy. Nice enough? Gauss clicks his tongue. I don't like him, he admits. Personally. All that much. We're civil, but he will always be a little bit too smug and a little bit too clever. He just... ... grates. Would I throw someone in a cell for that? No. Do I like him? You! Gauss begins, then stops. He looks away. And over time, a soft smile develops on his face, one which Wheeler doesn't recall ever seeing before, not in a working relationship going back years. Yeah, he says. Yeah, he's the one. Oh, okay. All right. And then it's a little star, and then there's a little page. So I think Wheeler is reading the pages that have all the info on him. Full name: Adam Bellamy Wheeler, born February 27th, 1962 in Henge, Derbyshire, United Kingdom, to Rosemary Leah Wheeler, née Wist. So I guess her brain. I know you're gone, but please. Maiden name is Wist, W-I-Z-S-T, and Jonathan Jack Philip Wheeler. No siblings. Early education: Henge Church of England Primary School, Matlock All Saints Secondary School. Demonstrated great musical acuity from an early age. By age 16, had begun to be recognized as one of the most gifted classical violinists of his generation. Attended the Royal College of, and then it's a dash. Wheeler skips 3 pages, it says, and we pick up in another... Pick up in another little box of the info. Starts with a dash and it'll end with a dash when she skips again. Hold on, I'm gonna cough big. I'm gonna mute. Okay, there we go. After sustaining a minor injury while on tour in Redacted, as a violinist, I guess, he's a touring violinist, he encountered SCP-4051, which had infested a wing of the hospital where he received a treatment. SCP-4051 was protected by an unusual form of antimemetic camouflage to which Wheeler, like an estimated 1 in 145,000 individuals worldwide, was, and remains, immune. His attempt to alert authorities to the infestation's presence was intercepted by a Foundation listening station. Operative Marion A. Hutchinson, I guess that's her maiden name, and then in brackets, I guess this is her code, it's 100A-1-9331, then a field agent based in... Skipping to another page, it says, another page. The last little box, dash, resistant to conventional memory eraser procedures. Hutchinson applied successfully for an exemption, arguing that even with his memories left intact, it would be impossible for Wheeler to share the details of SCP-4051. They subsequently became romantically involved. Okay, whatever 4051. I want to read that one now, but anyway. Okay, so now we've got, I'm guessing her saying this. Oh, they subsequently became romantically involved, did they? Tell me more, you featureless gray sphere of a biographer. I'm hooked now. Silly little Wheeler. Okay. The biography is contentless beyond this point. Adam Wheeler's life spent touring, playing, lecturing, and occasionally conducting, writing, and composing is documented in exhaustive, pointless detail. He withstands background checks and surveillance and consistently demonstrates himself to represent zero risk of leak. He eventually receives the extremely low clearance level normally granted to long-term Foundation external partners of Foundationers. They get married. She takes his name, which she, reading, considers faintly unrealistic. She's like, I'm not taking his name. Blah, blah. There is nothing about his personality, nothing about their relationship, no content. She remembers acquiring SCP-4051. There was no one there. She remembers nothing. Another star and it picks up again. Up until the end of the third round of questioning, Adam Wheeler assumes good faith. He figures the repetition is a due diligence tick, a corporate procedural requirement. It's only when they start over from "What's your name?" with a brand new interviewer for the fourth time that he finally gets it. They don't like him, and they don't care what he thinks his name is. They're trying to grind him down until he can't think, until he's just dust particles they can sift through for data. He reacts badly to this realization. He asks for his wife, and asks for his wife, and they ignore him, and they ignore him, and she persistently fails to appear until it becomes a cold form of torture. The questions keep coming and nothing stops them. Not answering truthfully, not answering, not lying, not rambling off on tangents. They don't stop until he begins falling asleep in the middle of his own sentences. He wakes up in a standard humanoid containment unit. Oh, fuck. A stackable one-bedroom apartment with holographic fake windows, impregnable walls, and extensive discrete modifications for the security and monitoring of anomalous entities. This one is the first basement level, but he can't tell that. The bright, quote, light, unquote, unquote. They put it in words. I'm not the one saying quote and unquote. They are. Pouring through the main living area window is authentic enough to tan. He wakes up on the couch with a start, feeling creaky and dehydrated. He realizes that he slept in his suit and that his suit is creased. He hates that. The sensation of not looking his best, or at least presentable. That's going to gnaw away at him until he can find, at minimum, a razor and a change of shirt. What woke him was the heavy metallic clack of the door unlocking. He looks up, rubbing his eyes. It's his wife. Marion, oh my God. He leaps up and rushes over to meet her. She stops him a few paces short with a gesture and a cold smile. And that hurts. It hurts more than anything. So it really happened. SCP-4987 has bitten out the part of Marion Wheeler which cared about him. She wasn't absent because of some unrelated K-class outbreak. She just chose to be elsewhere, indifferent. So he doesn't embrace her. He stands at a polite distance. How are you feeling? Did you sleep? I'm fine. I can tell you've had your coffee. Have you eaten? Come on, I'll make you something. The unit has a rudimentary kitchen area. He goes through and starts exploring the cupboards. There must be something edible around here. Eggs and milk, at least. I'm ashamed to say I more or less fell asleep where I was standing when they put me in here, so I haven't had a chance to scout. Or do you keep the place empty and the food arrives through a slot in the wall? Marion begins, Mr. Wheeler. Adam shoots her a disappointed look. Okay, she says. Adam, please come and sit down. You're right, there's nothing in any of these cupboards. He closes the cupboards the cupboard and sits opposite her at the kitchen table. Scrambled eggs on granary toast, he suggests, with a lot of garlic in the eggs. That's what we both need right now, particularly you, because if I don't make something substantial for you, you end up drinking those wretched wallpaper paste milkshakes 7 days a week, or you skip the meal entirely. Adam, we've been married for 17 years, is that correct? Yes. I don't know you. That's fine, Adam says. I doubt that that's going to be a serious problem. You've told me many times about your own people who've lost themselves in the work and had to bootstrap their own personalities a second time. You love watching it. It's like watching butterflies emerge from chrysalides. Not chrysalises? Chrysalides. Ooh. The best of your people can turn that around in 10 weeks. Imagine how fast it's going to be for you. No, Wheeler replies. Her tone is clinical, matter of fact. I'm afraid that it's not possible. What's not possible? I can't begin a new relationship right now. Certainly not something as serious as a marriage. You have nominal clearance. You know what we do. I have responsibilities. I do not have ... time. This isn't new, Adam says deadpan. It's pre-existing. No, Wheeler explains. That relationship is ended now, and we are somewhere else. Adam stares at her for a long moment, thin-lipped and far from happy. He asks her, "What do you remember?" The question is so open-ended that Wheeler doesn't manage to respond verbally. She spreads her hands slightly, the gesture saying, "What?" You don't remember me, Adam says. SCP-4987 also clearly ate the part of you which would care if you forgot me. And additionally, the part of you which cares about brunch. Okay. What else have you forgotten? Would be a stupid question to ask, so instead I'm asking you what's left. I want you to tell me everything you can remember. Everything I can remember. Yes, from 1995 to right now. It's still a farcical question at face value, and Wheeler's first instinct is to dismiss it as such. But she thinks again. She thinks, intending to genuinely try to answer the question, and she finds gaps. There's a dearth of specifics. It's like being asked to say something and immediately forgetting all words. You are not okay, Cage? Is everybody crying about this? Is everybody sad about them? I'm sorry. I'm just like, okay, but where are we going? When are we going to find something that's better? I just want to dig into the story to find when it gets better. Because I feel there's too much here for it to just be a flat, and he really doesn't remember, and he really does, and she really doesn't remember, and she really doesn't remember, and she really, really, really doesn't remember. I feel like there's got to be something else. Okay. She says, I remember ... working. Oh, I'm sorry, Cage. If you need to pop out. If it's really sensitive for you, please take care of yourself. But yeah, I definitely feel that. Let's send some hugs Cage's way. Let's all share hugs, okay? It's a moment. There you go. Yeah, Fed is on it with the hugs. I'm okay overall. Just give me big feels. Yeah. It's good for the hugs times, at least. Okay. She remembers working. And driving home, and then sleep, and then driving back to work. Big hostile buildings, drug regimens, containment procedures, endless piles of opaque numbers, personal fitness drills, running, calculating, never ever stopping calculating. She remembers with unfair clarity a large variety of extremely bad dreams. And other than that, nothing. A huge, deep, ragged-edged black pit. Hello, Noriakia. We're in Dew's Adam Wheeler Saga. We're in it right now. Adam says, you remember nothing good, do you? Nothing good at all. When you come home, on the nights you make it home, you are ready to fold up. It has never been an easy job, but these past few years have been the worst they've ever been, because you're coming to the conclusion of something gigantic. You've explained it to me how it is that you can never really tell me, really, what it is that you do, without the act of you telling me killing me. And I couldn't stand that at first, and I still hate your job, and I think it's a monstrous farce, but I trusted you in that, and I stopped asking, but I can tell from the ... rattle in your hands, and the things you don't say, and the way you sleep, that there is some kind of war going on back here, and you're losing people to it. And you're almost at the end, and you're going to win. So I scramble your eggs, and I play the violin for you, and between us, we hack out about 3/10 of what I would consider to be normalcy. Not because you can't do this without me. You could take the whole universe by yourself if you really had to, but to blazes with that, you don't have to. It didn't happen instantly, but it happened pretty damn fast. We had music in common at first, Bach and Mendelssohn. We had tobacco in common and a mutual hatred of the X-Files. Then it was coffee and wine. And then after some time it became hiking and bird watching and Farside Meteors. We like Bruce Lee flicks. We watch Law and Order and Jeopardy, and we read stacks and stacks of books. No, in fairness, it's mainly me for the books. You don't have the long-term time to spare anymore. He pinches the bridge of his nose for a second. Any two people can find that much common ground. Just being in the same place for years doesn't count for anything. What do they have? We communicate, he says. Better than anybody I've seen. We can be apart for 2 months while I'm on tour, or you're overseas, and snap right back and pick up a conversation from the word we left off. We are connected. We are in the same headspace. You'll see it all. It'll happen again just as fast. You just got to give it a chance. Wheeler is almost there. She sees the shape of what Adam is describing. It's distant and unclear, but if she concentrates, she might be able to bring it into focus. It worries her. For nebulous reasons she can't completely articulate, but she can almost understand how there could be room for it, how it could lock into her life as it currently exists and still make sense. But Adam just said something crucial. He said a key word which means the marriage counseling session is over, and this is now a situation. Wheeler can't ignore it. She forces herself to drop the other thread and seize this one. What war? Well, what'd you say, Dew? It's Marion's tragedy, and she sums it up so well with someone has to be the last, someone has to be the best. The author, QNTM, fucking nails the clinical tone without even introducing an SCP, and it's absolutely heartbreaking, and I don't blame anyone for not wanting to stick around for it. Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah. Okay. It'd still be perfect as a standalone original novel. Yeah, you know what? Well, maybe not completely standalone, because people would kind of get lost. There would have to be a good deal of, backfill to catch people up and whatever, but yeah. Okay. What war? And now Adam really doesn't know what's happening. Good God, the war, Marion. I don't know how else to describe it. What war? How many people? I don't know, Adam says. There are names you stop mentioning, and then you ignore me when I bring them up again. I assume there are reasons. I don't know the specifics. How could I know? Why don't you know? Wheeler races through the reasoning. The existence of a war computes. It confirms long-term existing suspicions. It could have been going on for years without her realizing it. It makes sense to her that she could be fighting it, winning even, and not know, managing her own memories or losing them in skirmishes. This certainly won't be the first time she's uncovered it. It makes sense that Adam, naturally gifted with the mental equivalent of a thick layer of blubber, could stand on the edge of the conflict and dimly be able to perceive it, and the division, so understaffed, people are disappearing around her. And what if she begins and stops dead in the middle of the thought, as if the thought itself was stolen out of her? Ooh. And what if we get back together and she begins again, and this time hard instinct seizes her around the midsection and bodily hauls her back from thinking a thought which it knows would kill her. She's Wile E. Coyote. She's already run off the edge of a precipice into clear air and thinking that thought would be like looking down. She feels SCP-4987 moving around her, abstractly bound to her, a winking speck of glitter in her eye. Something's wrong. Adam scratches at his own eye. She said something's wrong. Adam scratches at his own eye. Do you see that? How can you see that? I have a mild immunity to antimemetic influence, Adam says. He knows it's in his file and he knows Wheeler has read the file, but apparently it needs to be said again. I can tell when something's fritzing with my memories. I can resist it up to a point. So Marion, I was hoping to have a relaxed conversation over coffee and get around to this topic organically, but I'm going to have to skip to the end. I have the impression that SCP-4987 is trying to kill me. Oh my gosh, I have a thought. Is the SCP, like, jealous of her husband or something? Is that what this is? Whoa. Okay. No, Wheeler says. That's not its behavioral model. It doesn't sustain itself that way by eating people. It eats memories. Lamau, no. Well, let me enjoy myself, okay? It's stuck with her all the time, and now it's like, get rid of the husband. She was manipulating it into doing just a little bit. It's, to me, I can see it psychologically. You get manipulated and forced into being with this person all the time, stealing their little trivias and whatevers, and then, I don't know. Okay. Anyway. No, Wheeler says it's not the behavior model. It doesn't sustain itself that way. By eating people, it eats memories. And it's never done this. Not to you, nor me, nor anybody. Not since the very early days. It's tame. It does exactly what I tell it to do. Obviously, it doesn't anymore. My guy, come on. Even when I'm waiting and I'm bored, and I let it eat my short term, it sits and waits to be told to eat. Then what is it doing to us? Adam is getting nervy and won't let go of his eye. He stands up and backs away. I would like if we could figure this out quickly. We don't have a way to put SCP-4987 down. There's a sound in Wheeler's mind, but not in her ear, like a distant chorus of baying dogs. She stands too and moves after Adam into the middle of the containment unit. She says, "It's trying to protect you." Oh. What? How does wiping your memory of me protect me? I can't explain, Wheeler says, and I can't explain why I can't explain. I don't fully know myself. There's an redacted. 2 words that are redacted. Okay. Right. Oh. I'm still here, don't worry. One thing about stories like that is I need the closure of knowing how it ends. But thank you for being so sweet, everyone. Oh, very fair. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, that can be very healing for those triggering moments, is to fully ride out the story. I'm a big fan of just ride it out. It can feel really good to get all the way through it. Mother forker. Is that the word that it redacted? There's a mother forker. And I say that because you know, brain. What's the word? Not sanitized. What is the word for, like, changing the words so that it's more quote unquote family friendly? What? Censored. You censored yourself. So that's why I said forker. She's infected. I'm infected? Me? Or Marion Wheeler? I don't know what's going on. But hi, Pudgy. Okay, so there's something redacted, and he says, "Oh, what?" "You can't be here," she says. "You can't be in my life. You have to leave, or you're going to die." Aw, okay, so he really was being nice, the little monster. Aw, okay. "I'm not leaving you," Adam says. "Christ, that's why we did it in the end. Got married, I mean." Not just did it, but okay. It was scintillatingly obvious to both of us very early on that we were forever, but I wanted to get it on the public record. I stood up in front of everybody I respect and I swore to them that I would protect you forever. SCP-4987 is agitated. See, I don't know, that sounds a lot. That's when he got agitated, when they're like, Because my guy, that kind of feels like maybe it is just. I don't know. Okay, but SCP-4987 is agitated. Wheeler feels it flitting around the room, incoherent, trying to tell her what it needs. She says, with sudden, actinic clarity? What's actinic? I must have made an identical promise. Adam doubles over, blinded in both eyes now. Closing his eyes does nothing. Covering his eyes does nothing. The gold-white light is strobing for him. Moving into violet, he panics. Help! Help me, I can't see. He reaches out unsteadily for Wheeler's hand. She lets him take it and pull her close. The light doesn't fade. He clings to Wheeler for a few moments, and she holds on to him until he realizes that SCP-4987 is completely within her control. And this is all intentional. She's... Why are you erasing? What the hell are you doing? Oh my gosh. What are you doing? Okay. You're going to do this, Adam says. This is the Foundation mandate. This is what your definition of protect amounts to. You've got no idea what you're about to do to yourself. You don't even know me. I think I know, she replies. Great. You will feel this for the rest of your life. Every day you will wake up with a sick, cold feeling in your stomach where there used to be a real life, and you'll wonder why. I'm going to win this war, Wheeler says to him. I'll beat the universe, and then I will come and find out why. Adam holds onto her for another long, long moment. He can hear the baying too now, and he can even barely perceive what it is, far off beyond the hill, that SCP-4987 is frantic about. That distant dot, that fleeting second-hand glimpse of the shape of it, far off, is enough to terrify him. Oh no. He has faith. He knows how fast Marion can put the jigsaw pieces back together. Work against a universe which makes no sense to her. Isolate the truth. He knows she can take the universe, but a sharp misgiving jabs him in the stomach, and he can't stop himself from saying, and what if you lose? She kisses him. It's a stranger's kiss. There's nothing there Adam recognizes. He breaks off, unsettled. It's a whisper now. What if you lose? There's a star and we pick up again. Wheeler exits the containment unit. She slams and deadlocks the door with a single movement, so he's staying in there probably. Oh, rude. Okay. The heavy metallic crack makes the whole building shake. There are people outside. Goss, Julie Still, and a few others comparing notes. They look appalled. Fill in his backstory, she tells them. He was never married. Relocate him to where I'll never find him. Okay, good. I was like, I saw the last sentence, and this one. Make sure I never find him. Incinerate all the evidence, then report to me for surgical memory erasure. I'll do myself last. Gauss looks as if he has an objection. She stares him down. My husband's dead, she says. The end. The next one is called Fresh Hell, which is a... Wow, okay, it's gonna get worse. My question is the order of things. Him finding her in that whole chaos with the phone chucking, I imagine that's at the end. And then we just skip to earlier in it. Because he says, I found your body. So that's gotta be closer to the end. Right? Okay. But why? 'Cause she has to protect him from getting eaten by the 3125. So she had to use 4987 to erase each other's memory of each other so that they don't get ripped apart. That's gotta be it. But okay, so you say correct. It's out of order. Cool. Fresh Hell. I'm gonna hope that Fresh Hell is right after this last one. And then we'll get our way around to 3125 by the end. I'm hoping. Oh. But I don't know. Okay, we'll find out. God damn it, that hurts, lol. I know. What gets me is it was a stranger's kiss. So, like, even when they're trying to say goodbye and, like, you know, okay, this is this sort of moment, it feels still wrong. Yeah, okay. Alright, but we're gonna keep reading them. We still got lots of time actually for stream. I think we'll get through at least this one and maybe one more. Let's see what the Ojai is. Ojai. I can't tell. Well, I'll say we will probably make through it as long as we don't too much. But okay. Hi, Ion Bear. I'm going to do an ad so that we have stuffs, but feel free to drop in your trigger request now. We're going to do redeems now. But I'm going to start this 1 minute ad. So here we go. Ad. Boop. Now, even without going into much detail, because I know there are people that haven't. Have you seen the anime code? Yes, I have not. I will break everyone's hearts. I have not watched much anime. But Pudgy, I got to season 3 of the Res Dogs because I hadn't got to season 3 yet. I'm partially into season 3 now. So there you go. Hee hee. I just wanted to tell you because you mentioned that before. Have you read Fraticide by Rounderhouse? Don't think we did read Fraticide. But maybe Do has, yeah. We got keys and page flipping. We'll get two. Noise, just a parallel. Cool. I know exactly what you were getting at. Ooh. Heck yeah! You dance. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll probably watch it. There's stuffs I gotta get around to. Oh darn, I didn't add that. My little to-do list and my watch lists, all these lists I gotta get to, I didn't update them and I needed to update. There was something I was supposed to do and now I don't remember it because I have bread for brain and I probably won't ever be able to remember it until it's like too late and like I failed. But we'll find out. Also, free to not, of course. The reality is... Oh, no, wait, that was too... Turtle. I was gonna say, the reality is I will probably never get around to recommended story or shows because there's just so many. Unless it's one that's already on my list. In which case, it will either be your recommendation spurs me on to like, yeah, go watch again. Or... and now I will never watch it ever because sometimes our brain does that. That was to turn, yeah. Okay. But yeah, right. We've got keys and then page flippins. Let's do those. Keys? No, keys. Doo-ba-doo-boop. Boo-ba-doo. And I'm not shrimping, but I am slowly curling up in a little fetal position in my chair. It's not shrimping because my legs are also up. But yeah, okay. I got all small. Man, this is everything. You think you're hyperfixating too hard? I will practice impulse control. It's okay. But that's so sad for Marion. I wanted you to tell us that, hey guys, there's still a somewhat happy ending. But I don't know. You were in the lake practically for a second. I know. I was so small. It was way back there. Okay. Where was keys? There was keys. There they go. Okay. Here we go. Keys time. Right. Because the keys are in front of my mouth, it thought I was talking. I'm not talking. Okay, I think that is all the keys time. What do you mean you can't tap on any of the redeems? They look open to me right now, but there was a trick before. Somebody was being silly. Looks like they're good. Right, I did almost forget one that I was supposed to give because of DJ redeeming it, and I meant to like refund it, but then I didn't. So, and another helpless victim of the bureaucratic chokehold of the Foundation. Because the hyperfixation hit. Funny. Okay, it's time. It's time. Oh gosh. Okay. Time for the rage puffing. But I look very silly because I've got bread on my head. Angry little bread. Okay, here we go. That was it. That's the time. You got it. That was all your rage puffing for now. Look at those little guys. No, ma'am, you can't return the toaster without a receipt. But I have bread on my head. The toaster impaled me. I don't know. The toaster to blame. Okay. And now it's time for page flipping. Not rage anymore. Well, that's not how you spelled out, Raven. Nope. There you go. Okay. And no more Angie. No more Angie. Books. Come here, books. We have our usual small, stiff pages book. And then our big, fluffy book. I'll start with the small pages. I'm gonna move the mic a little bit. Oh boy. Is it gonna cooperate? Miss the store policy. It's the store policy. I understand the toaster burns toast, but won't cook your bagels at all. It makes no sense. But if I make an exception for you, I'll have to do it for everyone. You just have to hit it a higher thing, like, adjust the timer on it. Usually there's a timer at the bottom, or put it in twice, dang it. Ma'am, I am the manager. Okay. Mike. Okay, I'm gonna mute and try and fuss with this because it's being a bit rude, and if I try any harder, it will definitely make a loud sound at you guys, and I don't want to make loud. Okay. Okay, we back. Here we go. It is the page flippings. I am the Undersecretary General of the United Nations. Wow, imagine if she managed to get all the way up to them. Ma'am, you clearly dropped this toaster down a flight of concrete stairs before returning it to us. Ma'am, this is a Wendy's. We sell food, not toasters. All of these are great, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, page flipping time. There's a little book. Here's the big fluffy book. Here we go. There we go. There is our page flippins. Okay. Mic moving back. Dope. You guys are so silly, all those little things. But I had to focus. If I just laugh through my page flipping, it's not very relaxing. No, it's not illegal to film you. We'll just send you a nuclear bomb. So lovely. I've actually had a lady at my store returning food she clearly ate at some of, saying that she bought it that way. Yeah, that's a classic shitty Karen. Ugh. Ma'am, are you going to order? Why are you flipping pages on a book? There's people waiting in line. Again, I can't state this enough. This is a Wendy's. And yeah, cages, that's definitely unlawful chaotic. That's crazy. Okay, where is my brain? Oh yes. Fresh hell. Okay, I will read. I have unrecognized commands. What do you mean by that? He has no idea what you mean. Fresh hell. The next chapter. The ever-winding book. What we call history. Is that what is sent back to... anyway. Okay, I need to focus. Fresh hell. Here we are. Don't be shrimp and raven. Okay. There's another conglomeration of severed fingers in the last... What? No. Huh? Oh my gosh. Okay. There's another conglomeration of severed fingers in the last room, coating the room's interior like the innards of an exploded elephant. What the fuck? Parts of the sprawl are feeling their way, like mold, into a medical cabinet. Oh, goodness. Oh, yikes. Oh, I meant to say hi, Rose, but I was very everywhere with my brain. Welcome in. Hi. Okay. Parts of the sprawl are feeling their way like mold into a medical cabinet, and the rest is splayed over a fatal shape on a medical gurney. Get it? Feeling? 'Cause they are fingers? Yeah, I do. Doesn't mean I like it. The mass reacts sharply to the new light as Wheeler opens the door. Which Wheeler is this? Okay. Rearing up and angling parts of itself toward him. Okay, it is Wheeler, not Hutchinson Wheeler. Wheeler reels backwards and pulls the door to just in time. There's a heavy, fleshy thump as the mass hits the door from the far side. The door holds. No one is above punnery. No, it's the best frickin' thing. Something is off about this room, but I can't put my finger on it because you have no finger. Ooh. guys are so silly. Okay. Wheeler trips on his own foot, darn, and slumps against the far wall. The shape on the gurney was a coiled up human, not a corpse, but a living human with one wide open eye whose whole body was being slowly consumed and processed into more fingers. Ugh. They were growing out of his throat. Wheeler didn't see this. He thinks he saw it, but he knows he couldn't have. Fuck. And that's it. Wheeler casts around the corridor. Every other door he's tried is blocked or locked. The place is below ground, so no windows, no navigable ventilation. There are 2 more gunshots up at the far end of the corridor, ear-splitting in the enclosed space and echoing for many seconds. Hutchinson, rounds the corner at a dead run, gun in hand, and reaches him quickly. Find a way out, she asks, pointlessly. She can read Wheeler's expression. He's found nothing good. Okay, so where are we in the order of things? At some point we need to address the elephant in the room. Do you think he's a little touchy about his condition? That reminds me of Disenchantment. Old man touchy. Anyway, sorry. Okay. Is this after he's found her? You know, she's gone down. It's after the guy with the phone in the head and such. Hey, don't go pointing fingers. Ha ha ha. Okay, but I think this is when he's gone down and found her, but neither of them will remember each other at this point. But yeah, okay. 2 more gunshots in the far corner. You're splitting. Found something. It's nothing good. This place is infested, Wheeler says. Every room, all the stairwells. This is absurd. At the far end of the corridor, the main mass heaves itself around the corner. The main mass? How big? Oh, God. From this distance, it looks like an ambulatory 8-ton pile of moldy mashed potato and fat wiggling maggots. Yikes. There are toes in there as well as fingers and small teeth and bits of bone. Okay, so it's going back into, what is that word for, it's like, I've heard of this, where it's like, instead of pudgy, no, it's not hot, no, no, oh my God. Alright, I'll knuckle down and listen. That nail's been hammered down well enough, I suppose, you guys. Wait, I don't know. Oh, it's like, I forget what kind of cyst, but it's or tumor. It's when you have something growing inside you, but it's not like it's a baby. It's like the pieces of another person, but it's not a baby. It's all the little bits and pieces, the hair and the teeth and the bone, little bits and yuck. Yeah, so that's what that looks like, I guess. Ugh. But it's a big one, an 8-ton pile of that. Yike. There are toes, yeah. It has 20 bullet holes. Teratoma, there you go. Yeah, that one. Teratoma. It has 20 bullet holes in it, and blood is flowing from all of them. But if it has vital organs, they must be elsewhere in the building because none of the wounds have slowed it down, or otherwise altered its slow, methodical homing behavior. It smells powerfully and creatively disgusting, and like concentrated medical waste. I thought that the thing was able to smell. No, it means that it has a smelliness on it. How would the GOC defeat the starfish? I don't know. Bomboka? Well, hello, Penguinto-san. Welcome in. Hello. What that conglomerate hand-like structure do? No. You guys are not well. GOC designated the starfish as LTE Machina Copernicus. Ooh. Oh no. Okay, I think I have to be right back. Okay, I'm so sorry. I has to be right back. We will pick up where we were with that mass smelling very bad. Okay. Okay, I return. Boop boop boop. Ooh, what just happened? Raven will return in Avengers again. The version of me says no, but the monster effer in me says maybe. What? What? Huh? Oh gosh, I can't with you guys. I want ice cream. Thank you for that, Rose. Just a second of just, having your time. Raven is the antagonist of Avengers Doomsday. Oh my god, stop it. I'm on mod there, yeah. I'm even censoring myself. Raven had a GOC designation. What would it be? How do the GOC designations work? Because I don't really follow them. Pulling up that sandbox page of comprehensive GOC terminologies and connecting what fits. BRB. Okay, so good. Hi, I'm banned. Why the froggy on fire? Also, I like our This Is Fine better. Our This Is Fine is nicer. See? I think it fits the meme. Very good. I like it lots. Okay. Right. Where was we in Fresh Hell? Oh, right. That messed up freaking finger teratoma thing that's giant. They said 8-ton, TONNE ton, 8-ton pile, and it's smelly. LTE service Corvus Virgo. So what does that mean? Why do we say this? Corvus is rave and that's a verb. What's the Virgos for? Liquidated. What? LTE 4410. Why? I don't know. Are you for real? Ah! My frickin' headphones. I can't hear. Okay. I thought this was being cooperated. Oh. How do you call an alligator in finance? I do not know. Also, Raven, are you magic or shapeshifter? I am a shapeshifter. Somewhere's between deer and woman, but always some degree of both. Not really Fae, no. It is First Nation, specifically a couple of different ones, but it's multiples, so I'll say it vaguely. Deer, woman. The exact origins are messy, but I has forest spirit energy. There are some things can do, but primarily I shapeshifter. That's the root of it. It's kind of the point there. There you go. An investigator. Ha 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 ha. Investing. Gator. Yes. But like the Virgo. And Y4410. And so what? What? My mouth not moving, but my eyebrows were. Okay, I gotta read. What am I doing? Okay. So it's a very smelly, icky teratoma. Virgo equals lady? Oh, does it? I don't know that one. Okay. But okay, the scary mass. Ah! Hello, Shield Hero Ownage. Welcome for hi. But then you also gift out Tequila Man subscription. Hello, Tequila Man. Welcome in. Oh my goodness. 4410 was random numbers. Oh, fair. Okay. But hey, we've got a subscription. We gotta drop our money, frogs. Money, frogs. Hello, Shield Hero Ownage. Welcome in. You gift out someone else a subscription before your own? That is so silly. It's fun, though. I don't think it means lady. It's just the first lady constellation I could think of. Oh, okay. Okay. Noko Shikenoko grows up to be an ASMR VTuber. I don't know who this is, but mayhaps. Pudgy, none of them are on the GOC code word list. Oh, you got smacked down, Pudgy. Okay, yes. So we do a little. Our tradition is to drop money frogs whenever someone gives any sort of gifts, monetary support. So we do the money frogs emote, If you're subscribed, you have it. And then, the 7TV emotes also have it if you have that one. But if you don't have either of those, you can drop whatever money related emote you would like. The closed one that looks a little bit like how? Not the spread fingers, the closed fingers. There you go. That's supposed to be back of hand. That's interesting. I wasn't seeing it as back of hand, but I guess. Oh, it's just okay. I'd get rich off of mind reading. Interesting. Ah! You give another subscription. Shield Hero Onage. Oh, thank you for that. It's interesting. It's saying that you gifted a total of 0 subs. That's funny, but you already gifted one. But that's fun. Okay. Thank you again. We dropped more money frogs. Money frogs. Wow. You get rich off of psychokinesis? What's psychokinesis versus telekinesis? I don't know what that one is. And welcome to Mognet, I guess. And did I say a proper welcome to the other person? To Tequila Man, that's who. Probability manipulation. Ooh, okay. Who won what? Who won what of what? What do you mean? Yay! Thank you for the follow. We have a different tradition for new follows. So thank you for the follow, Shield Hero Onage. We do a little dancey dance for our new friends to follow us. There you go. 19, rolls a 16. Whoops. No, who's on first? Who won? No, who's on first? I see. Okay. This is a big distract. We are not going to get around to reading, are we? What? Yeah, everybody dropped your dances. Yeah, good dances. Well, welcome in, and thanks again for giving those. Ooh, bubble wrap pops. Okay, so what we do is we'll get to those redeems in between stories. Sorry, my headphones cannot hear. There we go. And we will do those after this next one, but we did kind of just start it, so it'll be a little bit before we get there. And of course, Frigid redeemed another Rage Puff. My goodness. Oh boy. Okay. You'll see what the heck that is in a little while. It's going to be something. Why am I wearing bread? Rana, I'm wearing bread because my bread is my brain. My brain is all just bread right now. What's Rage Puff? Oh my goodness. You will find out later. I don't have the brain. I only have bread. I don't have the brain to explain things. If someone else wants to, that would be good. I should try and focus and read. I don't have much brain power right now. I just have bread. So the distract is strong tonight. I'm going to try and do the read. Let's do that. Tequila Man. Look at those. I like that little, like, the TY. That's the tag from, like, the Beanie Babies, isn't it? And oh, the little rainbow heart. That's cool. But welcome in, Tequila Man. Yes, you have the emotes. So what we do when someone does a gift is we do little money frog emotes. And then the little dance we also do whenever someone's a new follow. And you have those now. So yeah. Ooh. What does it mean to have those? The Raven. What does it mean to have the code words? I don't understand. And then what's the difference between the letterings? I don't know what's going on. You're losing concentration. I very much am. Raven, I give you a GLC designation of KTE 2667 or 6267, sorry. What are those numbers for? Yellow Fiji Goodrick built Karhu Mendel Stemma. What does this mean, Nuriakia? Tell me what this means. Why? Okay, story. I will try concentrate. No distract. Ah! Root burr and bunches of Pringles. Barbecue flavor Pringles. Welcome in, Ignis. Glad you got to say that, because apparently we're about to do emotes. How long, Turt? How long? Looks like you're no longer any answers. What does that mean? Oh, it means you're not going to answer because it's going to be emote. How about you tell me quickly before emote starts? I had one too, but the wheels fell off. What? Huh? You're getting close to 1K followers. I have only 50, or well, less than 50 more now. Oh my gosh. 49, too long. Freaking heck, you guys, I want explanation. Why the name? Tell me what the heck. And yes, Turtle Boy, how long for the emotes only? How long are we doing that for? Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know what to do with you. Oh, what was that? Till next trigger pause. Oh, wow, for the rest of a story. Oh my goodness. Okay, there you go. It has begun. I expect explanation when we're there, Nuryakia. Fenster in jail. You put yourself there. Also, I like that emote. She's very clearly bending the bars. Like, you could totally break out. Okay, I focus. Alright. Right to the mass, and it's gross. Here we go. It lurches forward in intermittent phases, coating the walls and floor with a scarlet ooze as it moves. It'll be on them in about half a minute, squashing them against the end of the corridor and pulling them into the mass to be remade. I think we're done, Wheeler quavers. Instead of quivers. Thanks for trying. Hutchinson, for her part, just stands there, gun lowered, watching the thing come. It moves slowly, like a steamroller. It fills the corridor, almost to the ceiling. She has 2 bullets left, and she's considering where to spend them. Shooting the mass itself is like shooting pudding. She'd kill for a grenade. Even a fire axe would be something. She might not be able to stop the thing, but she could at least make herself known with a fire axe. She could make it feel some regret. There are worse fates, I guess, Wheeler goes on, finding himself unable to stop talking, than being digested by that thing, but not all that many. No. Wow, that's a lot of pouty little frogs. Frigid, chill out. Hutchinson glances in his direction, apparently paying him direct attention for the first time since they met. 60 crowded minutes ago. She says, riser cupboard. What? DewOnTheGrass, we are in emote-only mode, dang it. Stop wielding that sword disproportionately. God, she's such a badass. I love Marion Wheeler. It's good to have the love, though. It's appreciated. We love the love. Okay. Riser cupboard. What? She pushes Wheeler aside. There's a white painted wall behind him. There's a lock in it and a long vertical seam. She spends a moment choosing the right part of the lock to shoot and shoots it out. Behind the tall, wide panel, which opens a shallow, dusty, metal-edged space like an elevator shaft with no elevator, allowing filthy pipes and cables to pass vertically between floors. She looks up. There's just enough room to admit a person. Can you climb? She asks Wheeler. Without waiting for a response, she sheds her suit jacket, sticks a flashlight between her teeth, and hauls herself up into the darkness. We love Marion Wheeler. She's being such a badass. 1,000% correct. Okay. After a brief moment of scuffing, there's another gunshot. The other riser cupboard door. No, Wheeler finally manages. No, I can't climb. No! The mass is almost on him. He's transfixed by its motion. It's all too familiar, grasping behavior. Ooh, what do you mean familiar? I figured, Hutchinson calls down. A hand descends, a human one, with a conventional number of fingers. Is it her hand, mayhaps? Anyway. It's clear up here. Come on, I'm braced. Mind the slip here. It's metal. Come on. Wheeler keeps his own jacket on and buttoned. The only part of the situation over which he still has firm control. He has to jump to catch hold of Hutchinson's hand, and just as he jumps, the main mass lunges for him, crossing the last few meters in a rush and catching hold of him by one foot. No. He sees himself die. His sweating hand immediately starts to slip out of Hutchinson's. She braces her other arm and hauls him up 15 or 30 centimeters with an angry grunt, then releases his hand for a split second and reaches down like a flash to take firmer hold of his wrist. She keeps pulling. The mass closes around Wheeler's foot like an aggressive, proactive quicksand. He yelps and kicks at it with his other foot until it finally pries his shoe loose. Oh, that's how he lost his shoe. Okay. Wait, the order of these stories, I don't know what's going on. Okay. The mass retreats for a second, taking a crucial moment to realize that its prize is not living flesh. But by that time, Hutchinson has hauled Wheeler up another half-meter, and Wheeler has started pushing himself upwards off the pipework with his feet. The mass lunges again, but falls short, and seems too unintelligent to climb after them. It sloshes around, probing its surroundings, perplexed by the shoe. Hutchinson hauls Wheeler over the lip into the next corridor. He scrapes his ribs badly, and arrives crawling, eyes watering. He doesn't die. He can still see himself dying. He stays on all fours for a significant amount of time, processing what just happened. Fuck. Hutchinson is already standing and apparently not even significantly exerted. We need to get to the roof. I might be able to get a signal out from there. You're at the gym pretty often? Wheeler pants, sitting back. You train for fresh hell like this? Yeah. That's great, Wheeler says, because I play the violin. It's not quite as physically demanding. As careers go, I mean. When you said you were a county health inspector, that was an enormous lie, wasn't it? Hutchinson ignores the question out of habit and waits impassively for the man to cool. Okay, when is this? When in their timeline is this? I don't understand. Okay. This is asinine, Wheeler declares. This is brain damage. His skin crawls and grotesque visions flood through his brain. Eventually, he recovers his breath and gets to his feet. He stands lopsided, so he takes his other shoe off and throws it back down the riser for symmetry. Okay. We need to get to the roof, Hutchinson says again. Wheeler blinks a long blink, then focuses on something around the corner. Something on the wall, which Hutchinson can't see from where she's standing. Yeah, 1 second. He goes to it. It's a red panel and pulls something down. Here, you are having no luck with the gun. Try this. It's a fire axe. Aww, dee. He knows her so well and doesn't even know. Okay, a star. We break the story and pick back up. He stepped on a rusty nail backstage after the show. Oh no. Wait, after what show? When and what? The inability to know what timing is driving me nuts. Okay. After the show and came to the emergency room for a tetanus injection. Ah, okay. That's what. So he had stepped on a nail, emergency room for a tetanus injection. While waiting, he slowly realized that more than half of the people waiting with him were clutching partially or entirely severed fingers. Bandsaw accidents, hands caught in car doors, hands trapped in door hinges, hands crushed in machinery, every one of them unrelated. There was an epidemic of physical injury, which should have been impossible, and when he tried to bring it up with the medical staff, they didn't seem to understand what he was saying. And then he saw one of the fingers escape. Yes, I remember he's a violinist. Why does it matter? And stop with the frickin' you're breaking the rules. It's emotes only, do. Okay. Fingers. Saw one of the fingers escape. He followed it as it wriggled away down a long corridor to a far corner of the hospital, to an ajar door which nobody in the hospital seemed to be able to perceive except for him, and into a different building where there were no people at all, just hundreds and hundreds of wriggling, exploring, slowly reproducing and lengthening fingers. Yuck. Yes, El Chiquitas, unfortunately, is in jail. But it's okay. We'll be back soon. Okay. He slammed the door and tried and failed to get anyone, staff or patient, to see what he was seeing. He found a payphone and dialed for emergency services and ordered off the menu, asking for emergency industrial scale pest control or hazardous containment or psychic support or something, and there was a long pause, and he was connected to what was either a very measured, dispassionate human or an impressively articulate robot operator, which I'm guessing is Marion. It told him to wait by the phone. An associate would be with him shortly. Marion Hutchinson arrived in person, slightly less than 15 minutes later. He showed her the door. They went a few paces inside, Hutchinson crouching and aiming some kind of flashlight scanner at the finger worms. Behind them, something reached out and gently pushed the door closed with a click. They turned and saw what it was and ran. Okay, what I mean by, like, me questioning stuff is this before, like, is this how they met? Or is this them meeting again after she's erased their memories and stuffs, you know? Which one is it? Which order of this? Because this is roughly how they said they met, where he was at a hospital for treatment and then stuff happened. So this could be their meeting. Aww. But I don't know. Okay, anyway. All right. They had reached, pushed the door, clicked, they turned and saw what it was and ran, right? I said that? Okay. Then a star, it's the break-in story, and it picks back up at Hutchinson hacks her way through the last of the flesh-clogged stairwell. They're almost at the roof. This part of the distributed infestation doesn't seem to be mobile, although it is freakishly grabby. Wheeler stands 3 paces back from the door. No, Wheeler stands 3 paces back from her, partly to avoid the backswing, but mostly so he doesn't have to watch. It's butchery and grisly, and Hutchinson barely seems perturbed by it. She slices methodically until there are waterfalls of gore coming down the stairs and soaking her shoes and his socks, which she does it with the manner of someone trimming a hedgerow. Whunch. Crunch. There's an NLCH. I don't know how. Crunch. Crunch. I can't. Okay. Wheeler is shivering and starting to crash. If he doesn't stay still right in the middle of the stairwell, the remaining fingers tug at his hair and sleeves. In another few minutes, it may finally dawn on him that this is really happening. This is crazy. This is nuts, he says to himself over and over. What was the word you used back there? Hutchinson asks suddenly. Wunch. More chopping. Don't tune out. When the mass was coming down the hall, did you say digitized? Wheeler seems to change gear and wake up. Yeah, but in the old sense of the word. Digit, meaning finger, she picks up. Digit, meaning finger, so digitized, meaning turn 2 fingers. I just got it. She's smiling. He can tell from the sound of her words. Chlunk. Another chop is the chlunk. That's great, she says. It is? What kind of violin music? What kind would you like? Yesterday's concert was, I don't know this guy's name. Prokofiev's Violin Concerto No. 1, and a few other pieces, of course. But that was the main course for me. That was where I got my teeth in. Hutchinson stops hacking and turns around. She actually looks him in the eye. That piece is a nightmare. It's a challenge, Wheeler admits brightly. No, I mean it's chaotic. It's unlistenable. I can play anything you like, Wheeler states. Hutchinson appears to spend a moment considering this possibility. Bach. You can play some Bach? Just get me to a violin. Hutchinson thinks for a moment longer. She smiles and nods and goes back to hacking. Okay, so this is cute. I hope this is their meeting and not their re-meeting, but if it is their re-meeting, that's cute too. Okay, another star, another pick back up. And they hit the roof. And Hutchinson's radio finally works. Woo, and she calls everything in. She speaks in rapid keywords, which Wheeler doesn't quite follow, although he can pick out his own name and hazmat, in quotes there, and a repeated word, which sounds to him like a brand of cassette tape, memetics, but it's spelled Memetix. Memetics. It's very nearly dawn. This wing of the hospital is a few stories shorter than its main body, so rows of bright lit wards look down over the roof, while the roof looks out over 2 sprawling car parks, and then greenery and roads and a faint dull red where the sun is due to come up. Hutchinson quickly ascertains that there is no fire escape from here. The intended fire exit from the roof is the stairwell up, which they just came, so they'll have to wait for a helicopter, or more likely and less romantically, a long ladder. Backup is coming, Hutchinson concludes. They have to come in from the next city over, so it could be a few hours. They'll have decontamination gear, antibiotics, blankets, tedious debriefing forms, you name it. But most importantly, coffee. Wheeler makes an inarticulate sound, the sound of one who could use the coffee, and after that, a drink. God, I have another concert today, he says. He sits on the thick perimeter wall, rubs his eyes, rubs his sore feet, and begins to shut down. You'll be there, Hutchinson says. The nasty part is over. You did well for a civilian. I've seen far worse. Worse than this? Hutchinson says nothing. Noriakia, pineapple and pizza? Yes. I say yes. Freak out if you wish in the emotes. Anyway. Worse than this? Hutchinson says nothing. I'm sorry. Wheeler opens his eyes again. He gestures at the mayhem from which they just escaped. The fire door and everything it leads to. It's all still down there. You've seen worse than this? Hutchinson again says nothing. What is this? What happened here? At first, Hutchinson doesn't answer this either. Yeah, Dew says yeah. Okay, good. We like pineapple and pizzas. Okay, she walks away across the roof and spends an entire minute staring at the forthcoming sun. And then, surprising Wheeler and slightly surprising even herself, she walks back into him and says, SCP 4051, that's the number that they met on, so this is where we get to find out if they're meeting now or re-meeting now. SCP 4051, which is the number we just assigned to this infestation. Okay, so this was a throwback. All right. Has an intrinsic property which makes it nearly impossible for sapient organisms to perceive it. It's a form of camouflage. It's not invisible, it's a mental blocking effect. Information about it goes nowhere. It gets suppressed. People walk past this building every day of the week. They don't see what's blocking the windows. They walk past that door and don't realize it's standing open. It could have been here for decades. The researchers will get the whole story eventually. Oh, Turtle Boy doesn't like pineapple and pizza, huh? That's sad. It's lovely. Okay. Get the whole story eventually. Wheeler finds in this explanation something he halfway understands. So, living Fnords? Fnords. What's a Fnord? Anyway. And this actually slows Hutchinson down for a second. She gets that reference. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google what's a Fnord. Just a little break while Raven looks at Google. What's a Fnord? Boop. Well, the first thing that pops up is a fake Ford logo, like the car. I don't know what that's. It would be from old book, since they just said I read those books or something. It's a word coined in 1965 by Carrie Thornley and Greg Hill in the Discordian religious text Principia Discordia. It entered into popular culture after appearing in the Illuminous trilogy of novels written by Robert Shea and Robert Anton Wilson. Okay, but what is it? Tell me more. What is a Fnord? It's a word coined there. Yeah. Here the introduction is given hypnotic power over the unenlightened, and children in grade school are taught to be unable to see the word unconsciously. For the rest of their lives, every appearance of the word subconsciously generates a feeling of unease and confusion which prevents rational consideration of the text in which it appears. Aha! Okay. I'm like, this sounds like an old reference. And it was. But there you go. Okay, so living Fnords, and this actually slows Hutchinson down for a second. She gets that reference. She read those books when she was younger, years ago, before joining the Foundation, but she's never made the connection between Fnords and the work she does. For as long as she's been working there, she hasn't even thought about it. The irony is intense enough to burn. Yeah, she says, except that you can see them, Wheeler says. I have specialist training, Hutchinson says, declining to mention her drug regimen. And I also can see them. You seem to have a mild natural immunity to memory clouding phenomena, Hutchinson explains. It's rare, but it happens. At a hospital this busy, someone like you was bound to stumble into this place sooner or later. And escape alive, she privately adds in her head, like that's not said out loud. But the point is, this infestation, SCP-4051, is a snowflake. I don't mean that it's special and unique. I mean it's part of a blizzard. I work for an independent scientific research institution with a specialist focus on the containment of hazardous anomalous phenomena. We have an international mandate and formidable resources and unimaginable responsibilities. We watch the blizzard, and we guard the little fire. We're called the Foundation. Wheeler's full attention is on her now. He feels tense and exposed here, vulnerable to extraordinary natural forces from which, by rights, he should be fleeing. But he's also fascinated. Oh, and that's how it all began. Let the love begin. Hutchinson has a faintly ethereal attitude to her. Yep. It's as if she's not standing on the same planet as everybody else. She did just confirm that all of this insanity is like normal to her, so I understand why, dude. But now, okay, he's literally like seeing her as like a goddess or something in his head. So you're not FBI, he says. Either, I mean. That was my other guess. Hutchinson wrinkles her nose. I hate that show. I don't believe I mentioned a show, Wheeler says mischievously. They do everything wrong, Hutchinson says. A nerve has been touched. She shuffles irately, because she hates X-Files. They said they bonded over that. Gotta adjust my frickin' headphones. Are being a little bit nasty. Okay? Okay. She shuffles irately. They don't have enough people. They don't trust each other. They don't spend nearly enough time on paperwork. Paperwork saves lives. But most of all, I hate the will they, won't they. For what, 5 years? It's forced. It's farcical. She glares at Wheeler. It doesn't take that long to know. You will or you won't, and then you do. Wheeler reads her expression carefully. You do? Yeah, Hutchinson says, smiling again. Yeah, I think you do. Oh! Thank you, featureless gray sphere of a historian. Another Marion line, but again, another cheating little dude. Stop talking. I know you're super excited. I understand. I understand. But come on. There you go. Okay, last paragraph. Last 3 sentences. A distant, rapid, thudding noise slowly becomes apparent. Ooh, okay, so it is the romantic choice. Hutchinson sees the source of the sound first and points. Backup's here, and it looks like we raided a helicopter after all. Yay! They got the romantic choice, because they said like the less romantic is the long ladder. So no wonder their marriage happened. They met with a helicopter at the end of their story. Okay, the end. That was fresh hell. Release them, Fett. Release them. It's time. Can't wait to pull that out. And we go over here. We're doing the reading. We do the boop boop boop. Okay. Jurassic Park ending theme swells. Okay, so that was their meeting. I did say I wanted to read their meeting story, so I'm glad I got that. But I was like, where the fuck are we? I can't, what? What's happening? But that was cool. That was so cool. Turtle boy, you're just a bunch of turtles. You're free to say words again, by the way. Okay, Noriakia. I told you I would ask. Explain yourself. Why is my GOC name the one that you gave? What are the words for? What are the code words for? Explain yourself. or give a general, at minimum, a general, why do GOC work like that and what are the code words for? Like, at least with SCP, for the most part, the numbers are just random. But why does GOC have the first letters, which apparently it looked like you could have two different front letters, and then the numbers, maybe random, probably. What are the code words for? Oh, excuse me. Is that how you know when they're like Euclid Keter class kind of thing? What is it? But alright. Adjust. Come on, thingy thing. Alright, so we are starting with Bubble Wrap Pops. Yes. I love how she wordlessly flips past this exact story that could have fit neatly into her memory. What do you mean she flips past this story that could have fit neatly into her memory? I don't know what you mean. I thought that this story wouldn't fit into her memory because it got removed? What do you... Huh? Or the books, you mean? She just, like, didn't even ever... Because I like the irony of that she was saying, the Fenords thing. There's my bubble wrap. No, when she's reading the packet of Adam Wheeler lore. Oh, yeah, like this... She said... She did get it. She said, this is the subject, the 4051 we met there thing. But yeah, they said that those packets were very... She reads the phrase and just skips forward 3 pages. Oh. Well, she skips a page, but yeah. She just skips over it because she doesn't want to read it. Interesting. But it wouldn't fit in her memory. Like, it's still that jagged, she shouldn't read it. And that would have been written a lot less, like, romantic. It wouldn't have been pretty and nice story. It would have been kind of, you know, clinical and bleh. But anyway, okay. It's bubble wrap time. Okay. It's time for the bubble wrap pops. Ta-da! Here we go. Where were we? Still holding the distraction from the great shape. Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. I just saw the message. Ooh. Ah, thank you. I don't know what language ooh for says speaks, but thank you. What other thank yous do we know? Domo. Merci. I'm forgetting. I have bread for brain. I'm not gonna be able to pull out other languages right now. Help me. Thank you. But thank you. Okay. Spanish. Okay. Gracias. Thank you. Gracias. Are you saying the little this is fine because this sounds like fire? Because I think it sounds like a fire. Because the little pops are the wood cracks and the crinkling is the fire roaring. You guys hear it? Oh, I'm out of pops. Oh, never mind. I can't give example. He's all dead. That is our bubble wraps. I think we're all out. Tequila man. You are Tequila Frog now. Oh my goodness. That's so cute. That's a very fun little salute. I appreciate you. Just a note back. Josh Red says, in love? Oh no. Okay, there is our bubble wraps. We have rage puffing, and then we have dice. So for our newbies, rage puffing, it came about because I do a page ruffling, where I just fluff up the page. Puffing. And they flipped the letters, and they were like, "What's that?" And then it was it was the new thing, and they were like, "What would that be?" And I thought, well, that kind of sounds like when a Karen is freaking out and doesn't even manage to say words, but just kind of makes sounds. And so that's what rage puffing is. Now we do it every single stream, almost every the brain, almost every trigger break. That's it. My brain is not really working right now, so I'm not doing good at pulling up words sometimes. My brain is bread, and that is why there is bread on my head. Other times I have a little frog group, but right now I just have bread. We're about to do the rage puffing. You're gonna see what it is. It's silly, it's stupid, just have fun, it's nonsense. Okay, oh wait, I can only say Donde está la biblioteca, which is where is the library, and count 1 to 15, yes. But it is lovely to have you, or ow. I don't know how to say your name. How should I say your name? Ooh, or ow, or what is what is it? And then Dew also said bienvenido, which is welcome. That's great. What Dew says, and thank you. Aw. Ow. Ooh. But how, Okay. Say yes if I say it right. Say no if no. So, should I say, ooh? Ow? I think it's ow with the A-O-W. Ow. Tell me if I get it wrong. Anyway, I'll go with ow unless you tell me not to. Okay, but here is rage puffing. Oh, it's silly. It's so silly. Okay. But ma'am. This is a library. We don't sell bread here. You're silly. Oh, it's a big yawn. I think that is all the rage puffing I have in me right now. I don't think I was here for the inception of rage puffing. Did it arise from a page ruffling joke? Well, not a joke. I did just say it was just that somebody mixed up the letters and they were like, "What is that?" And we're like, I don't know. We don't do that here." And then now we do. And it was Flynn 08 that did it. And that was very fun. A spoonerism, yes. It was a spoonerism. And what's funny is that I didn't think it would be so literal. It is very literal. The thing is that I often mix them up at a distance now. Someone will order a page ruffling or a rage puffing, and I'll think it's the other one sometimes. It's a time. But okay. Where was I? Oh, yes. Dice time. I'm gonna move the mic and we're gonna do some dice. So beware if the mic pops and is mean. So far, so good. Down. Where did you go? Oh, I see it. It was the D6. I'll live without it. I'll pick it up after. I won't just leave it on the ground forever. One more roll. Dang. Okay. We've got to run away. Quick, send back up, send back up. Moving the mic back. There was a little bit of pop there. Ugh. I don't know if that was on your end too or not, but there we go. I'm gonna collect that runaway real quickly. Come here, you little. Oh. There he is. Okay, and now we've got keys, and then we'll get back to the story. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Oh, I was angry. I didn't mean to be angry all that time. Oops. Ugh. It's one thing about my motto, is that I can't do all the fun face I make. You know, like I do the little cringe. Ugh. I do the little eyebrows, one up, one down. I do the big frown that's kind of like, and all this funny little dumb faces. I can do big eyes. But not much. Anyway, okay. Keys, yes. Let's do keys before our story again. And there was our keys. So now we read Ojai and wrap up the stream. It will definitely be our last story. I'm hoping it doesn't have me here too long after, because it might be a bit long, but I should be okay. Okay. Ojai. There's going to be two more to this half of the sagas. It's the Adam Wheeler Saga Part 1 and Part 2. So we'll probably finish Part 2 tomorrow. Maybe start in on Part 1. Or we'll finally finish Part 1 tomorrow. Maybe start in on Part 2. But we're not going to finish Part 1 tonight. We're just going to finish this story, maybe. Little notes fit. And hopefully I get a good start tomorrow and we can do origami without any problems. I really don't want to skip another stream. It pisses me off when I have to do that, because I want to be hanging out with you guys. Okay. Oh hi, here we go. Well, who are these motherforkers? That's not who we're here for. We're here for Adam and Marion. We start with a Foundation agent George Barson. I don't freaking care. Get back to my peoples. Get out of here. Okay. Foundation agent George Barson is monolithic, nearly 2 meters tall and rectangular shouldered, like a Bruce Timm cartoon. He is bald, bearded, and immaculately presented. His suit is tailored. There are a few which will fit him off the rack, because I guess he's a brick of a man, I guess. He arrives at the green place first thing after dawn, 6 o'clock. The address is isolated, an acre or two of ill-maintained shrubland off a spur off the main highway north out of Ojai. Jeez, I cannot read. I have bread for brain. Barson is part of the Foundation's Anomalous Religious Expressions Division. They do cults. Yay. Green, in quotes there, green, is not the name of the cult which Barson is here to confront, but a code name. Barson doesn't know the real name. At the briefing last night, it was explained that there are legitimate security reasons to use code names instead of true names here, but those reasons are not explained. Barson, no fool, took this to mean that there is some form of cognito hazard surrounding the true names, or a memory clouding phenomenon which makes them impossible to record, or, and he's dealt with Foundation research staff for far too many years to not consider this, somebody just straight up forgot to record the real names and is trying to cover for themselves. Nice. If there's an SCP number, he hasn't been told it. Star, and we pick back up. The house is an ugly white sprawl, 1-story, wood construction, no two windows alike in design. ... Decaying. There are piles of junk, lumber, rusted vehicle components, drums of filthy green water. Willow and sycamore trees are encroaching from 2.5 sides. 2.5 sides, okay. Drizzling leaves and seeds and miscellaneous biological gunk all over the roof, clogging the gutters. Through the windows, only closed curtains and blinds are visible. The front door is standing ajar. Barson proceeds inside, cautiously. The entrance opens almost directly onto a large lounge/diner/kitchen area. The room is darkened, light mostly spilling from the entrance door. Barson leaves it open, and feeling its way around the edges of the window coverings. What? Light is out the door, and the light is feeling its way around the edges. Okay. The place is dirty and smells of mold. The still air is like an oven, and it's extremely quiet, except for the faint, animated sound of someone talking, away down the hall, words not entirely clear, and we hear this little weird excerpt. Wasps and, yeah, it's going to be sharp inside. When you're made to move, that's Tloi, Klur, Dult. I don't know, it's TLOI, then KWRLU, and then DLTH. Tloi, Klur, Quirlu, Dwilth. You'll bleed from, and then it cuts out. Barson goes down the hall, passing a wall decoration which was once a mirror but has been completely painted over in black. After a brief search, during which he ascertains that the rest of the house is empty, he comes to the final room. The door is closed, but the focused rambling is coming from inside. At home, it's super easy. I'm going to give you something. An easy 2-part project for you to take away. And don't forget Alth Amth below. ALTH, then AMNTH. Part 1. Find someone weaker than you. And then Barson knocks loudly twice. The patter stops. Nothing else is heard. Barson opens the door. The room is dark, its window blocked with a thick curtain. There's a computer desk in the corner opposite the door, about as cluttered as a desk can realistically get, strewn with partially disassembled hardware, USB keys, chocolate wrappers, scraps of paper, ballpoint pens. There's a gaming mouse, unable to move for junk. There's a good quality video camera setup, a monitor which feeds on the monitor. A monitor, video feeds on the monitor, dust. There's a cheap skeletal swivel chair in front of the monitor, and a young man of about 20 slouched uncomfortably in the chair. He is skinny, with discolored pale white skin, which Barson thinks could be caused by malnutrition. Are you doing SCP stories, or are you doing SCP entries? Are those different? But hi, Decimal. We are reading something that's part of a SCP story, I guess. It's not the SCP entry right now, because this is the it's like part of a saga, but it is talking about an SCP entry kind of right now. It's just that it didn't give us the specific name. It gave us a code name. It said at the top of the story. If it has an SCP number, it wasn't given. But yeah, okay, it's a weird cult. We're just breaking in and trying to get some info. Our main man, George Barson, is our dude. But okay. Right, the guy at the chair, probably caused by malnutrition, he has what was at one point a stylish, fashionable haircut, but is now in some disrepair, and when he turns around, Barson sees that he has dark rings around his eyes. It looks as if he hasn't slept in a year. He reeks. The room is filled with that odor, almost thick enough to see. In the same way that the anomalous viral/religious phenomenon, the cult, gathering around and above this young man like an anvil cloud, is named Green, he himself is named Red. Good morning, Barson says. We saw your streams. Oh, it's a streamer? Uh-oh. The youth pulls his headphones down. The fuck are you? My name's George Barson. I'm part of an organization which... Oh, uh-oh. Basically, the official documentation. Storytime is nice. Okay, great. Yeah, then I guess this is just story. Red launches out of his chair like a rabid greyhound from a cage. He comes fist first, losing the headphones. Barson shifts his weight slightly to the left, leaning away from the punch. He catches Red's arm and pulls it forward violently, deflecting the attack's momentum and bringing the youth teeth first into the doorframe. Red stumbles back, crouching. He finds his footing swiftly. Froth is developing at the corners of his mouth, mixing with blood. Scrabbling around the junk on the floor, he puts his hand on a soldering iron. As Red comes forward again, Barson wastes a critical split second trying to trace the iron's cable to figure out whether it's plugged in and hot or not. It's not, but that's enough distraction that Red gets right up there, driving the iron into Barson's gut with both hands. Oh no! Eep, he's been stabbed. There's an electronic screech and a spark of orange light. Oh, so it is hot. Fuck. Okay. Spark of orange light. The iron holes Barson's shirt, but skitters off his abdomen, opening a long tear. Oh, okay, so he's not been stabbed, but okay. There's bare skin underneath. His shield is invisible, partly mythical, and protects his seemingly exposed head just as well as the rest of him. Okay, cool. That's good to know. He's protected. I like that. I was scared. Barson takes Red in a headlock. Some haphazard kicking ensues, less well choreographed. Red has a demon's energy behind him, but Barson has, to be blunt, arrived prepared. In a few more moves, Red is disarmed, stunned, flat on his back, and good for nothing. Barson takes stock. The number of genuine fight-for-your-life fights he's been in is still in single digits. This one ranks about in the middle. 15 seconds of activity, both of them made mistakes, a learning experience. Then I'll dispense with the introductions, he says to Red. The live streaming vector was novel. We hadn't seen that before. Very effective compared to the generic self-help book and walled compound model. You get 1 point for originality out of 10. But we predicted it decades back, and we had the containment procedures ready to go. We have people at the streaming services. As I speak, we're locking you out of your account. You're using your own channels to distribute the inoculation codes. Okay, so they're using his own channels to free everybody. That's good. Barson tries to tidy his shirt up. It's not going to work. Never mind. But you're the source, he says. A simple inoculation code would glance off. Physical intervention is required. He reaches inside his jacket, where he has a perfectly serviceable gun, which he elected to leave where it is for this confrontation, and produces a device not unlike an ophthalmologist's scope. He kneels, lifts Red's right eyelid, and aims the scope at it, projecting a brilliant white spot of light which bathes the entire eye and causes it to lock open. Almost all of Red's musculature locks up as well, effectively pinning him to the floor. His teeth clench. Barson says to Red, "This man is innocent. Nobody can deserve what you've done to him. Release him and leave this reality forever." Through gritted teeth, Red says, "Who the fuck are you?" All right. Barson pushes another button, changing the projected light pattern from a pure white disk into a complex spiral star design in red and blue. Ooh, stars. Except in red and blue, so not mine. Anyway, okay. There's a crack, like ribs being forced apart, and the youth screams. Doesn't sound like Red. It's a full-body scream, anguished and hopeless, and as loud as he's physically able to make it. It comes up from his belly and goes on, flat out, until he runs out of breath and gasps and does it again, arching his back and clawing at the floor. After the second full breath, he cools down to a sobbing wail. "Jesus Christ, don't send me back, please." "I won't. It's okay." "Don't send me back. I can't see. Who's there?" What is this? Okay. "It's okay. You'll get your sight back. My name's George. What's yours?" "There's a pit," the youth says, choking. "And it always gets worse. It doesn't stop. There's no bottom." He babbles incoherently for a moment and then trails off. His eyes dance blindly. "Oof. You're in a really bad place right now," Barson says. The youth vehemently agrees. I don't know what he said, but apparently he vehemently agrees. "Something has gone wrong," Barson explains, "and that thing, that horrific thing which went wrong, has found you and abducted you and replaced you. It's out here now, using your skin as a finger puppet, walking you around, making you talk, replicating. That nightmare you're having is being had by 100,000 people right now. That's the bad news. The good news is that we caught you, and I can still see you in there, and there's good chance that we can get you out." "A good chance?" The youth breathes twice. "If you can't..." He begins urgently. "Focus on the red and blue spiral," Barson says. He still has the scope pointed into the youth's eye. "What? I can't see anything." "That's because you're not directly connected to this optic nerve anymore, but your mind is locked inside something which is. You can't see the spiral, but somehow you know what it looks like. You can sense its shape, like a pattern of heat on the back of your hand." Barson's voice is becoming slower, taking on a hypnotic rhythm. The spiral idea is going in. It's spreading and flourishing, occupying more space. The more you think about the spiral, the more you realize you can't think about anything but the spiral. The youth seems to have nothing to say to this. His breathing stabilizes. Your thoughts are slowed, Barson continues. The spirals fill you up, recursively like ice crystals, until you can't move. Your brain knows it's being poisoned. Even though you're blind, you feel a reflexive need to look away or block out what you're seeing. A long enough exposure is fatal. There's a long, heavy pause, during which Barson does nothing but shine poisonous light into the young man's eye, while studying that brightly illuminated eye himself, tracking the progress of the ocular response, waiting for a particular tell. It's not a clear-cut thing. There's a small amount of guesswork. He waits until he's sure. Finally, he releases the button on the scope, shutting it off. The youth is now completely inert. Star, and it picks back up. Barson stands up, knees creaking. He relaxes, sighs. His shoulders untense a little. He puts the scope away. You can think of this as memetic chemotherapy, he says. He says it to himself, mostly, to fill dead air. The young man can only hear pink fuzz now. The spiral symbol is an elementary cognitopoison. A long exposure is fatal, but a just barely non-fatal exposure is recoverable. You will recover from this poison, and Red cannot. You will survive, and Red will die, because you, my man, are an intelligent, creative human being, and Red... He reflects on his briefing, and what he knows the green phenomenon and the 100,000 people suffering and raving inside it right now. They are in all parts of the globe. He has seen some photographs of what takes place in homes occupied by Red's appalling messages. He's heard a strictly limited amount of highly redacted audio. Dispassionate people make better field decisions. That's the rule he was always taught, but remaining dispassionate is harder on some days than other. So he was saying, and Red is a piece of shit. That's a good one. I have joined because of the bread. Can I take the bread? The bread is all I have left for brain, so please don't. Types of articles, SCP tail, go. Oh, wow. Noriakia has all the info. Noriakia, where's your explanation on my GOC theoretical name? You had the theoretical, what would I be called? What are the code names? Tell me. Okay. So Red is a piece of shit, Barson had said. Barson potters around the room for a little while, taking a closer look at some of the computer hardware. Nothing notable there, although he finds a stand for the smoldering iron. There's also a narrow camp bed in the room, with a bedraggled sleeping bag. He clears the sleeping bag away and loads the youth onto the camp bed in a recovery position. Good man. He pulls the curtain open. It's an obnoxiously sunny day, and the sun is aimed right in through that window. I would. It's bread. I need bread. You wouldn't eat someone else's grain matter, would you? Grain matter, no brain matter. Which is funny because it's also gray matter. And anyway, okay. Finally, Barson picks up the swivel chair and settles into it on the far side of the room, where he can keep an eye on his patient. He pulls a Foundation-issued phone from his pocket along with a horrendously tangled pair of cheap earbuds, which he begins to untangle. He relaxes into his monologue. It's not as if anybody is listening. Fact is, I didn't need to come here. There's more than one way to physically intervene when something like green comes around. You know what the original plan was when we found out about you? Orbital laser cannon to the top of the head. We can do that, my man, from time to time. Your house would be a circle of scorched timber with you a burnt marshmallow at the middle of it. That's our latest methodology for dealing with virulent, single culpability memetic anomalies. We do it at arm's length, at the longest possible distance, unblinkingly and unfeelingly, and to hell with the details. It's brutal, impersonal, very expensive in orbital laser maintenance. We say to ourselves that it's effective. Maybe it is. I'm not at that level. I don't get to see the statistics. And that is another reason why I hate the Foundation. Okay. But what I do know is that we can always do better. And I looked at the file, and I looked at you, and I took a long shot. Honestly, I'm a very small guy in the grand scheme, but I stood up in a pretty intense meeting with people who I don't really have the authority to say anything to, and I said to them, this is a paraphrase, there's a completely innocent kid at the center of this. He doesn't deserve this. At minimum, we've got to make the gesture. A shadow passes across the room. Barson looks around briefly, but whatever it is has gone. He thinks nothing of it. Oh, don't think nothing of a frickin' shadow. That's a bad idea. Sing it, Raven. Raven found her self-insert. Hey, I always self-insert on these little moments. Okay. She thinks nothing of it. And then I also said, if it works, it'll save us a boatload of money. I think that part was the part which got their attention. But I got the thumbs up, so here I am, trying to save your life the hard way instead of just atomizing it. It'll probably take all day, 6-10 hours. Don't worry, I have podcasts. He finishes untangling the earbuds and screws the first of them into his left ear. Oh no. This doesn't go well. Your people must really hate you, Red says. Shit. Barson draws. Late. Obviously. Nobody should have been able to talk right now, but the real reason he draws late is that the comment lands. Sorry. It should just pass him by, but there is a sharp, spiteful element of truth to it. Truthfully, nobody was a fan of the idea. Barson has been saying for a long time, with gradually increasing volume to gradually increasing senior Foundation overseers, that a chat beats a fight. He's been ignored over and over. Yesterday, when they finally said that he could try it, it was grudgingly, and so a momentary flicker of foul suspicion appears. Did they know? Did they really just kill him? They didn't. He knows, of course they didn't. But it's too late. As he fumbles the gun out, Red has already sat up, grinning like a ventriloquist puppet, and turned his head to look right at Barson. They make eye contact, and this time Red's eyes are open all the way, allowing Barson to see straight through to what's on the other side. Green comprehension leaps out of the pit at Barson and grounds itself in the back of his skull. Oh no, he's attacked by the green. Oh no. Oh, okay, Fett. You fell asleep at your desk? Oh no. Yes, it's time for bed. Go bed. Go sleep. Thank you. Ooh, oh, this is it. KTE is known threat entity. Yellow, polymorph. Fiji, zoological life form. Goodrick, thaumatological life form. Karhu, nomenclature hazard. Mendel, genetic alteration. Stemma, heritable condition? Heritable condition, what is that? But okay, I see now. The top of her head opens like a cuckoo clock. Ooh, that's no fun. Is the bread connected to the larger structure? No, the bread is not connected. It's just a little visual clue for you guys. I'll leave a read target. Thank you, Fett. Thank you very much. Okay. So yeah. Oh boy, this is not going to be good. Alright. It's leapt at his side, in the back of his skull. He recoils instinctively, breaking the connection and covering his eyes. He stumbles, falling backwards out of the chair and into the corner of the room. His orange crystalline shield fluctuates, panicking in its own way because of what just passed through it. Intermittently, it turns impermeable, cutting off Barson's frantic breathing. Then it snaps off and dies. Oh no, so, okay, he's lost his little protection. That's no good. Barson doesn't have the training to fully comprehend the idea complex he was just exposed to. He has a basic level of practical memetics training. He can administer the spiral treatment and a few others and protect himself from certain attacks which would knock a generic human over like a domino. But he's an entry-level practitioner, not a specialist, not a scientist. The sheer scope of green is beyond his ability to comprehend. He feels like one of the men Lewis Slaughton irradiated brain. Come on. A demon core. Why is my brain not able to pull these letters together? Criticality witness. He knows he's dead. The only question is how long it's going to take. Oh, no. We don't know this man's. How is this related to our Wheelers? And why do I care? It sounds very detached, but I'm like, you're going to make me feel sad for no reason. Okay. Yes, sleep well, Fat. Rest well. Red swings his leg off the bed and stands, keeping his grin fixed on Barson. A spinning red and blue light? How backward are you? He seems to grow larger and to sink backwards into space, a hole where a human should be. Barson finds he can't make himself move out of the corner. It's like he's pinned. There's a creeping, staticky numbness in his hands. My brain was like, why is it? Anyway. He understands his error now. He might as well have tried to poison the ocean. He sees the whole thing. Red's grotesque vision for the world. His/its immense, vicious promise. The rot is everywhere. Those 100,000 infected are a foretaste. Oh, thank you for hydrate. I will stretch in a minute. I'm going to focus. I want to finish the paragraph I was on, and then I lost it because I said it. The promise. The rot is everywhere. Those 100,000 infected are a foretaste. The spores are flourishing secretly in every aspect of reality. In people's lungs, in their minds, their words, in the soil, in the sky. Maggots and cancers and star signals. How can anyone think like that? How can anyone want that? You, Barson means it in the singular. There's no distinction between Red and whoever that original human was. There's no one to rescue. It was a damn ruse. It was voluntary. You made this happen, he manages. It didn't abduct you. You invited it. Hacked your own soul in half and offered the pieces up for no reason at all. You've latched yourself onto the front of something unimaginable. You can't comprehend how badly this is going to end. You've murdered yourself. Red advances on him. Gun. Bars's mind is disintegrating, but it gets one word out. Gun. It's on the floor between them, gleaming in the shaft of orange light pouring out of the window. Barson fights himself and wins and lunges for it, only then finding that the creeping numbness in his extremities isn't just affecting his hands. It's affecting his own ability to perceive them. He doesn't know that it's a minor antimemetic clouding effect. All he knows is that there's a stump at the end of his arm, both arms. The gun is inoperable. All he can do is push it around on the floor. He shouts miserably and helplessly. Red laughs and doesn't even bother to kick it away. Oh, jeez. Finally no more emotes. It's been free from emote jail for a while, El Chiquitas. You just must have fallen asleep or got distracted. It's all good. Oh, look at that little wiggle. Hi, Darkstorm. We're doing pretty good. Slap. There's my love slap. Is it going to go through? Oh, there it is. 81 slaps. Thank you. I have taken it. I have taken the love. Okay. Foundation will stop you, Barson manages like a mantra. Red cocks his head as if he knows the word foundation from somewhere. Are all of them as weak as you? He concentrates. I don't know who is he, but anyway. Comprehension goes both ways. Barson dimly understands what Red represents, which means Reds, in turn, dimly understands what Barson represents. Red perceives the power structures which dispatched Barson into this hated burrow. Red perceives the shadows of the quote-unquote people at the streaming services and the mobile task force Barson doesn't know about skulking out at the property's perimeter, waiting for a go order which will never come. Red perceives the 4 or 5 quote-unquote brutal, quote-unquote impersonal suits seated at the top of the operation, webbing it together. One of them is toying absently with their laser strike keystick, twirling it around the back of their thumb over and over, dropping it. That's as far through headspace as Red can search, because that's the limit of the people who know about him. Red. That's the hit list. A shadow blots the sun out again. The same one as before, for longer this time. Red looks out through the window, giving it a curt nod, and it departs. Oh no, it's gonna go after whoever. Barson slumps to one side, dead up to the shoulders now. Conscious that any of these words could be his last, he says, "You think you're in control, but it's going to kill you too. We can get you out. You can help us contain it." Red crouches, still grinning. "Look at me. Look." Barson looks. He doesn't have a choice. It hurts. Red makes sure he is barely heard, loudly. He's being heard, loudly and clearly. "No." And then Barson is whispering something, but I can't tell if it's like another language or something's going on. I don't know. Anyway, it says Zayn 346 Semikshin, Barson whispers. Red blinks. What? Something bleeps. "I star," Barson says. "I star." Shit. Red looks around, suddenly genuinely alarmed. The phone. He lost track of Barson's phone. He finds it beneath the bed. He snatches it up. There's a voice authentication interface, and authentication is nearly complete. Stop. Cancel. Undo. Nothing happens. Wrong voice. He drops the phone. Scrabbles for the gun. Say Loki and Anairo? Anaora. Fire, Barson says. Red puts a bullet through the phone and a second through Barson's skull. Darn. He's dead. Yep, but we do. He looks up at the ceiling, waiting, still alarmed, and he waits. But nothing happens. Nothing else happens. Okay, so does that mean that Red was looking up at the ceiling, or Barson looks up at the ceiling? Does that mean Barson dies there? Does that mean Red gets taken out? I can't tell. Because that's the end of the frickin' story. This is the willing vessel of 3125? Oh, God. That's awful. You're a terrible person. You're pretty stupid. Oh, no. Okay, take this. Is Love Raven, I love you. Yes, I know, El Chiquitas. Need to eat down here, feeling like crap all day. Hope the stories have been good. Oh, of course, Darkstorm. And we're gonna head out soon, so it'll be good to pop out and eat. It's a good idea. It can reason. It can think. Ick. Ick, ick, ick. We don't like that. It's bad. It's very bad. 3125. 3125 is what's keeping Marion and Adam apart, and I don't like it. Okay, so burp. That was our last story. We've only got a little bit of time left, so I'm gonna check what was our. Oh, I don't think we'll do that. Singing frog. I think we're just gonna wrap up. But I will look. Who is our raid suggestion from Fet? If it will load. Ooh, okay. Fair. Yeah, we all got to do stuffs. So I'm gonna boop, refund, and I'll give a stretch. Thank you, Darkstorm, for that stretch. Oh, I ended up not doing it at the end of the paragraph because I forgot. But I did it just now, and that's important too. Okay, totally understand. Take that nap. This wouldn't be a nap. I'll be going fully to sleep for the night if I can fall asleep. It was very difficult last night. Part of why I wasn't here for the origami stream. Chaos. Okay. We are headed to Inanna Bell. Deepy-doopy-doo. Let's do the raids. Would you mind sending our raid messages while I prep this? Inanna Bell. There they are. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. See. Oh, it's just a fairy. Oh, she's pretty. Those wings are beaten. It's cool. I thought the shuriken was something to throw. Oh, the shuriken is for my origami. Cannot do right now. Do you have any melatonin? They say 5 milligrams on. I'm not very good with those. I have tried them way long ago, but yeah. It's Raid 1 and Raid 2. That's how you do them. I need waters. But okay. Well, that was Ojai. We will finish. Oh, goodness. No spaces, do. With commands, they usually don't like the spaces. Yeah. But I will pop. Actually, I should go to this. There they are! Okay, Cozy Frog raids. Make sure to copy your raid message, folks. Boop. There's mine copied. If you have the emotes, the first one. If you don't, do the second one. Thought it was a parameter. Oops. No worries. Oh, no, raidies. Okay. Bloop. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it so much. Everybody that's joined us, everybody's new. I should be back tomorrow at 5:30 with origami stream, 5:30 EST, and 11 EST for another SCP, where we will finish off the Adam Wheeler Part 1 saga, and maybe start in on Part 2. We'll see. But thank you, everybody. Sleep well. Let's say hi to Annabelle, our little fairy friend that we're meeting. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Boop, 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 boop. And okay.